So as we're getting into Roll20, so at the end of the last mission, as soon as you guys finished, you were ordered to hit cryo immediately. So there really wasn't time to kind of debrief. So the ship has been running at light speed for the past 22 days. So you, how many weeks is that? That's like 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's 3 weeks.
So you could go ahead and add, as we're getting ready here, you could add 3 weeks to your pay.
Right on.
Hold on, I realized I could turn my phone into a hotspot, so I'll be gone just for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, we're starting slow. It's not a big deal.
So, calculate.
And somehow, in the silence before you guys wake up, Hank modified the computer to play that Shrimp Boat song from Elvis Presley. So it's echoing throughout the halls.
Nice. That's so spooky. That video.
Imagine if somebody like boarded the ship while I was an FTL, and like you just hear this this like ominous tune playing. It's like, where's the crew? And why is the ship playing a Shrimp Boat song?
I had so much fun. Like I was like, I'm gonna do that, and like I like busted out Premiere, and I like was like, I'm gonna play with reverb and volume and like see if I can mess around with some sound design. It was great.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I kept expecting something to jump around a corner like, oh my god!
It's a shrimp.
Totally.
A
floating shrimp. Yeah.
And then the commercial. And then you know it's a commercial for the shrimp chips.
So anyway, we're starting slow, like we did at the beginning of this campaign. The lights flicker on, the terminals blink, and you guys are waking up from cryo. The op ord that I put in channel you'll be finding that like now while you get ready and like start eating breakfast and stuff like that. So we can the ship is probably about 2 shifts or so away from its coordinates, so we have some time to go over like talking about stuff and whatever needs to be done in the mess hall and briefing room.
Cool. All right. So we're all out of cryo now.
Yeah, the hatch is open.
Find my way to that coffee.
There you go.
Where's the cryo room?
That's right down here.
Let me drag my token.
Shadow is really pissed off. Waking up. I didn't pull the trigger. Fucking bastards.
Station's dead. What does it matter?
My orders matter.
Yeah, says the guy who went AWOL.
I didn't go AWOL.
You bailed on the rest of the platoon without...
I didn't have orders.
But you just said you were following your orders.
I did.
His own internal orders, right?
I didn't get the orders not to drive down and up with the fucking what is it called, elevator.
All right.
And I was scouting ahead.
Scouting, there you go. That's pretty good background tunes as well. Thematic.
Yeah, I just heard like a beep noise.
I'm
Yeah,
going
that-
to lockers get my stuff.
Coffee's brewed.
Birch comes in
What's this
and
icon?
he's reporting to you that everything is tip top with the ship. Everything's fine.
Excellent.
There was a minor leak in one of the hydraulic lines, and he fixed it while you guys were asleep.
All right. Jesse,
That icon that you're near is the coffee maker.
Oh, cool.
Shadow.
Did you make that?
No, it's from the icon is from Alien, and I just colored it with this color scheme.
Oh, cool.
We're still waiting
Right.
for. Oh yeah, Panda Grad's there.
Yeah, so like always,
Oh yeah.
he's gonna wake up and vomit. He doesn't take cryosleep too well,
Oh,
and then he's gonna slowly meander his way over to the good old Joe.
22 days in a wake up.
Yeah, Bourne's just gonna go straight to the coffee machine real sleepily, grab a coffee, and then sit at the table and have a cigarette.
Nice.
Alright, so
By the way, we removed all stress, right?
We removed all stress.
Well, I mean, I'm asking you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been 22 days of cryo sleep, so yeah, you're down to 0.
unless you really like holding on to that stress.
Hey. How do I-
Hey.
Hey,
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah, so now all the outlets died. Just
Ah.
like half of them in the place.
bummer.
Ugh,
So they had to move the internet outlets as well. So I did not. Yeah, sorry. This just happened. I just,
That sucks. Are you able to? Were you able to access your hotspot on your phone, or?
no, they moved the internet
Oh,
thing. It was on an outer outlet. We moved the outlet
gotcha.
for the router. So basically, all the exterior outlets, for lack of a better term, on the building went out.
Hey, that sucks.
But
So
yeah,
theater of the mind for you.
I know theater of the
Yeah,
mind
they-
right now.
I think, Hank, you're cutting in and out a little bit audio wise. Is that anyone else catch that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
a little.
It's on, and
Okay.
it's the break. He's going to get a new.
I think it's getting an update.
Yeah.
I want to put him on for a minute. So like, okay, it's this break. I'm just letting you that one.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you good?
How everybody doing?
All right.
He's back.
Yeah. Well, holy shit. You guys have been through the shit. It sounds like I missed a real party.
It was pretty nuts.
I went through a whole bunch of things, but we did not go through any shit.
Metaphorically
Well,
speaking,
show went
Waltz.
through a bunch of things.
So you got my mission report, right?
I did. Copy. So I'm gonna debrief a few of you individually after this, but overall, I just want to say, good job. That was a hell of a fucked up situation. But as usual, you comported yourselves like the Marines you've been trained to be. I'm proud of you.
Hoorah.
We got a new mission. As you guys probably know, we're chasing after the Sakania. We're a couple shifts away. Some time for a briefing and to get geared up.
The mother hands you some video captures that you disseminate to the men as far as your as far as an unknown enemy is concerned. There's some video captures from a previous mission that I'm gonna disseminate to the men once you start your briefing, just so you have some visual aids, I guess.
Cool. Okay, so everybody visit the head and GM, do you want us to just head off and do the briefing?
Yeah, we could go ahead and start that up. Yeah, finish up your breakfast and hit the head, whatever you need to do. I just realized I didn't really put a head on here.
What's this?
Wherever that is. Yeah,
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Somewhere. You have to crawl into the ventilation shaft.
What's this?
Got shrimp and fries if anybody wants some.
Hey, GM, what's
Yeah.
this?
Have a little bit.
That's the galley. That's the galley.
He's good, huh?
Put it. It's in the XO's office. That's it.
Okay. So business over here, and then
Yeah. All right. So,
I love how Fox is at the end of this. Like he's a thing of importance or something.
so just so I'm familiar again, it's been I missed last week. So this is Thorn, right? That's Thorn, I believe. This is
Yep.
Is this that's Pandagraph? Pandagraph. And we got I know Jesse, Fox, and I think that's Richter, right?
Yeah.
Co-pilot.
Co-pilot.
And we got Hank still getting his coffee. We got Nelson, our other smart gunner.
Yo.
Shrimp and
Cool.
bait.
Awesome. So those frame stills, would they be a handout or something, Jim?
Yeah. If you want to hand them out, I can. I'll just hand them out.
Yeah, well, hang on a second, I guess. So, you guys all read your the op board, or do you understand what their next mission is?
Affirmative,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, so then we'll do some reviews. Since you've all done your homework, it's essentially our first priority mission is going to be a combat search and rescue. Now, sounds like once we get on station, we'll do a full scan and search for any emergency evacuation vehicles that might have been departed the Sakania. It's looking like we're going to have to search this ship head to toe. Now, there's another, apparently, a xenomorph aboard. We're going to track that son of a bitch down and eliminate it with extreme prejudice. Hurrah! Second thing is, once we've policed up all civvies, anyone on board the ship needs rescuing, including any colonist daughters. Is that right, Pantograph? Then we're gonna nuke this ship. We're gonna set that reactor for destruct and deny that asset to any enemies. Just so you know, Wayland Yutani and the Corps were a little bit on non-speaking terms. So you have my permission to bitch slap any WY executive you happen to come across.
Our pleasure.
Okay. Second thing is, when we arrive on station, we're going to do an extravehicular action over to the Sakania. We will not be docking with the Sakania. I want to observe a high level of quarantine protocol and make sure the Artemis stays clean. Now, if there's any kind of xenomorph on this ship, including any of its highly infectious cousins or progeny, I don't want any of that action ending up over here on the Artemis. So we're going to have to try and adapt, improvise, and overcome when it comes to that situation. But if that includes keeping any of our rescued personnel off the Artemis and remaining in their EEVs if possible, that's something I'd like to explore. Because who knows what they've been exploring. Go ahead.
Sir, how will we get the, if we're going to be boarding the ship via EVA, how are we supposed to get any survivors off the Sakania?
My hope is we can, and by the way, Cody, your mic is...
Like it's terrible.
Yeah. Might need to do a reconnect or something.
Is this better?
It's a little better, a little better.
Alright, sorry, it just...
Well, that's much better now.
Okay, because sometimes this thing has like static problems.
Yeah.
But I'm not able to hear it, so sorry about that.
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
You were saying?
That's cool. You're 5x5 now. So.
Nice.
My hope is we can get them into EEVs and transport them over. Now, it depends what we see once we get on station. If, like I say, if we might have to improvise another solution, my hope is that we can minimize any sort of exposure these people might have until we can verify that they're clean. Any sort of exposure to the Artemis. The Artemis is our home. I want to keep it spick and span. Okay. Any questions?
Do you know how many people are on this station, or we're just gonna go in and just figure it out?
There's a manifest available, so I'm not sure how accurate it is, but it'll be a good starting point. So, let's have a look at some of these schematics.
Did you want to look at the map, or what did you want to do?
Yeah, let's first of all, let's talk about the ship itself. Now, the Sakania looks like a cargo hauler. And correct me if I'm wrong, GM, but it appears to be a sort of a forward module that can connect to and tow a series of modular cargo units. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's design's based on the Covenant, so yeah, it's a kind of a towing. It's attached to a series of cargo modules with a rear engine that's pushing it.
Cool.
So is it sort of like a retrofitted colony ship or something?
No.
Yeah, it's like it's a similar design to that.
Oh.
But it's smaller. It's like it's a M class, so it's like 300 meters long.
Okay.
You just see Hank's when he's that last one. You just see Hank's face drop, and he doesn't.
Say that again. Missed the second half after your face dropped.
He doesn't
Yeah, you cut out again.
see with that last one.
Okay, the last image, the last picture.
The Vasquez one, or
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Hannah, your audio's cutting in and out a little bit, so I'm sure that's just a side effect of your current electrical issues. Let's see. So we got.
No,
a
I
map.
was saying.
Oh, there.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, these are there was intel sent to the LT about this possible xenomorph. The Marines have very little info, but they got a data squirt from the missing Sulaco, and they think because of what the Rider team described before they bugged out, before they tried to defect, that you may be dealing with this sort of xenomorph on this ship, and these are the only surviving data that came from the missing team that went to go check out LV-426. But you guys think that it was just the colony like exploded, or it was like a Weyland-Yutani cover-up, but the Marines are skeptical of this at this point.
So based on these image captures, it looks like we're dealing with something we haven't dealt with before. Something that's wiped out a bunch of our brother Marines. I don't know about you guys, but that pisses me the hell off. So this ship, we're going to be coming up to the Sakania. It's essentially three parts. You think of it as the head of the snake is the command module. It's a three deck type structure. There's two decks of cargo between that and the third part, which is the engine at the rear. My plan is to take the head of the snake first. It's one of only two areas I think we can dock, but I'd like to take control of that front portion of the ship first. We'll enter through the middle deck, the B deck, and then head to the bridge first. Any questions about that?
No.
We're gonna break. Okay, we're gonna break into Demon 1 squad and Demon 2 squad. Sergeant Pentagraph, you're Demon 1-1. And in your squad, we're gonna have Fox, Wells, and Arnold, medic. Demon 2, Thorn, you're gonna be leading Demon 2. You're 2-1. And in your squad, you're gonna have Shadow and Nelson. I think we don't have anyone to inhabit 2-4, do we, GM? Unless we send Richter
I volunteer.
or Jesse.
Yeah.
Unless Jesse wants to join us. Jesse, are you going to be joining us on board ship?
Affirmative.
You want to hump a pulse gun? Yeah, there we go. We'll put Jesse at 2-4.
All right.
Demon 2-4. Okay, now there's your most beloved piece of kit in the Corps, I know, is the Mark 35 compression suit. So get familiar. We're going to be taking those babies over to the Sakania. There's going to be much we can expect, nothing but vacuum, or large parts of that ship are going to be vacuum. So let's refamiliarize yourself with the training manual and 0G maneuvers.
Easy.
Yeah, you just push, right? Just push and go.
Yeah, it's just like walking.
Just make a Superman pose as you majestically fly from one ship to the other.
Yeah.
Now we do got two of the harpoon guns, grappling guns. So Pandagrau and Thorn, I'll leave you guys in charge of who in your teams is going to be operating that harpoon gun. That's going to be a critical piece of kit in order to make sure you secure yourself to Sakania and we move over.
Okay.
All right.
And when we get on to station, we're going to scan the area, listen to comms, try and make contacts with any survivors. And there might already be some EEVs that have disembarked from the Sakania. So we'll try and have a look in the sector too, see if we can find any other survivors. But the basic plan is secure the bridge, secure the forward section of the Sakania, and then sweep our way south through the cargo sections.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, any concerns, questions?
No, I think that pretty much covers everything. We just like the only equipment we're getting is the grappling hook and the suits, the compression suits.
That's right. We do also have one pup system. If that's the recon spheroids, I think we'll send those through. We can send those through the cargo section if it makes sense. They can't open doors or anything, so their ability to recon is limited by the space available to them. But it might prove helpful in vacuum areas. Besides that, make sure you get your full kit of weaponry. Load up, reloads. This could get into a fight, but I want the weapons to be tight. So, because we're looking for people to rescue here, we're not. We just want to make sure we're not too trigger happy.
Jesse's just going to kind of slowly turn to look at Fox.
Breaking up there, buddy.
Oh, my microphone's having problems again?
Just a little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Hold on.
But I think I heard you say you gave a meaningful glance to Fox.
Yeah, I turned to look at Fox like slowly when you say it's like don't get trigger happy.
Fox just kind of buries his face into his coffee cup. little giggle.
Oh my god.
What are you talking about, Jake? Okay, if there's no other questions or concerns, Pandagrau, make sure the troopers are ready. Wolfclaw, I'd like to talk to you in my office.
In shadow.
Ooh.
Shadow. He's Shadow.
Oh, right, Shadow. Sorry.
Busted.
All right, dismissed, everybody.
All right. Just to clarify who's in on my squad, is it it's Shadow and Demon Cody, no Jesse, sorry. And
Yeah.
there's just Shadow and Jesse.
And you have Nelson.
And
Nelson's
Nelson?
in-
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's the big-headed guy.
Okay, perfect.
He's got the smart gun, so hopefully he can be your heavy hitter in that squad if you need some extra
perfect.
firepower.
Yeah, I think we probably will.
Do you wanna control him?
Yeah, sure. No, that'd be good.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just gonna sit down with Shadow here. My officer, close the door. So Shadow, I got a bit of a disturbing report about some of your conduct on board the Artemis station. Care to explain yourself?
Shadow is like looking at his knife and puts it in the table. That report is false.
Well, you did not go AWOL and disobey orders.
No, sir. You know the orders I had.
Yeah, well, it turns out it wasn't an issue, since Artemis had to go down anyways.
Yeah, after HQ reported in.
Yeah. All right. You're one of my hard-dead implements there, Shadow, so I want to be able to rely on you 24/7.
I will never disobey your orders, sir.
Let's keep those lines of communications open.
Yes, sir.
All right, dismissed.
Yes, sir.
Just want to call Pandergrow in. Pandergrow, I see you.
Yes, sir.
I wave him good luck. Hey, bring my knife. I forgot my knife.
Yeah, just toss it to him. So I just want to say, Sergeant, good job on that mission last. I hear you also helped get Shadow back online and helped de-escalate a little bit of inter-squad issue. So, good job. I'm
Thank you, sir.
putting you in for a promotion.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's make sure this team's ready. Dismissed.
Good. I'm gonna step out in the hallway and maybe a little too hot in the head. Start, All right, man. Let's get our stuff together. Got a pretty long mission. Double check everything. Don't want your face being sucked out into space because you forgot to check your helmet.
Well, Shadow remembered something that needs to be reported. Sorry, sir, I forgot to mention something.
No problem, my office is always open. Now close that door.
Sir, after the successful evacuation of the civilians, my concern is that those civilians were even more in harm's way than before. Who knows what will Weyland-Yutani do with them?
You mean after we evacuate them?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So your concern is we don't want. Your concern is you don't want any of those civilians ending back with inside or under the influence of Weyland-Yutani?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I copy that. We'll try and make sure that they're in our loving care.
I hope we have the location of those help vehicles and the location of the transport.
You mean the EEVs?
Yeah? Were those EVs? Yeah.
Yeah. Are you talking about on the station Ankara?
Transport vehicles. Yeah.
Yeah, they were special Weyland-Yutani human evacuation logistics pods or whatever. They're
Yeah.
the EEVs from the Sakania are type. What are they? They're the type. Yeah, they're carried type Class A Type 3 escape pods, which are they look like they kind of look like cryopods. Like when you get in them, it puts the person in stasis until they get rescued. But they don't have any FTL capability. That's part of the reason why there's
The human rescue is. We have location of those where they were sent to.
the help ones
Oh.
from the station.
Yeah.
Yeah, they once they took off from the station, they docked with the USS Patna, the Weyland-Yutani Conestoga.
Okay, I forgot about that.
Okay.
Then they shipped on USS Patna.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, they're a little bit out of our hands at this point, unfortunately. Maybe
No,
that could be a.
just-
Go ahead.
That was everything I need to. That was my concern in the last mission we had. So
Copy. Thanks. Is that all?
yes, sir. That would be all.
Just miss-
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Captain.
Yeah, Hank.
With them recordings. Is it Jeanette Vasquez?
You know, I'm not actually sure. Is there some relation, or you know of Jeanette Vasquez?
She was my best friend. She was always moving around. Oh, she had to go to a big house for a while. Now I kind of lost track of her. We used to play a lot. My mama
Perhaps.
worked at my house. And Jeanette would always get around and get in trouble, beating up all the boys and girls. Said she didn't care.
Well, Hank, I'm sorry to hear that. If it's any consolation, there's no real confirmation that she's met any kind of kinetic energy style end. But I'll look into it, and I could use your help making sure we resolve this matter.
Thank you, sir.
You gonna be able to keep your shit together, Hank?
I'm trying to be a good soldier. I will,
right.
sir.
You're
I'll
one hell of a
just-
soldier. Alright.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
He's, I said that, he's back in the soldier mode. Thank you, sir. Those are the, and then walked out.
Yeah, I think I covered the briefing. Well, I might have failed to just mention to you guys that we're going to basically set the reactor core on this thing to scuttle. So there'll be no one left behind for sure. I guess you guys got some good practice at scuttling trillion-dollar space stations and stuff. So
Well, it was just railgun fire from the Artemis.
nice.
Rapid pounding of the railguns, blowing holes through that station like it was paper. I mean, seriously though, Hank, that was fucking incredible. I mean, you were mentioning Jeanette, and I thought that was just an alternate version of Jenny. It's like, you're talking about Jeanette Vasquez. Okay, I was not expecting that.
So
his smart gun's named Jeanette, so.
That makes sense.
So are you guys finishing up here? Should we move
Yeah.
you to?
Yeah, switch it over.
Yeah, we can.
If you dare.
All right. So you're at the flight deck, and you're getting your armor and your guns together. shift goes by. As you get set up, get everything prepped, you'll be leaving through that personnel airlock. And once you get close to the Sakania.
Personnel airlock is this one where Ridley dumped the queen.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering what the hell that thing was for.
Yeah, it's for personnel.
Oh.
The Mother 9000 chimes over the speaker system, and she says, "Approaching target. Scanning area. Target located. 5 other contacts. Unknown ship in the area.
Uh-oh.
Scanning for transponders. Ship identified. Hold on, I forgot the name of the ship. Hold on. Oh, no.
Mother's voice changed there for a
It's
second.
too early. Oh, it's too early. Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes. The USCSS Sirago has been identified.
Oh shit.
Surago?
Sirago. Sirago.
Oh, crap.
A Hawker Mantis. It appears to be running a search pattern around the Sakania. Shall I attempt to hail?
Yeah,
Lieutenant.
Hang on, Mother. Jesse, do you know anything about this Sirago?
Doesn't ring a bell, sir.
Hawker Mantis? Anybody?
No.
Sirago. Mother, can you run a search of the database and give me any information on this Sirago? Which flag it's flying, etc.
One moment, please.
You say Sirago is spelled like
Sirago.
Yeah, Sirago.
Alright, just double checking.
Registration 239785. LaSalle Bionational.
More corporates.
And do you guys know what a mantis is? It's a small sort of
I think
salvaging
it's supposed
vessel.
to be like the Betty from
Yeah,
the
exactly.
R-Word, but I know it appears in Chariot.
Yeah, it's the same kind of ship.
Okay. Yeah, let's hail them.
Hailing.
Ding dong ding.
No reply. Shall I try again?
Yes.
A voice finally comes on the terminal, and it's like, "This is Captain Schrader. We claim this area for salvage. LaSalle Bionational Corporation. Marines, you have no business here."
Captain Schrader, this is Lieutenant Andronic from your United Empire Colonial Marines. I hate to tell you this, but our mission supersedes your salvage rights at this time, so you're just going to have to clear the fuck out. Over.
I respectfully disagree, Lieutenant. We've been here for the past 16 hours, and we've located 4 EEVs. It would be much easier for us to pick up the cargo than to allow the Colonial Marines. If you want, you can take a look at the big ship over there. We're just interested in the live cargo.
Copy that. Tell you what, let's work on a compromise here. you stay put and allow us to examine your salvage. We are in humanitarian capacity, looking for evacuees, survivors from the Sakania, and my mission parameters won't allow me to overlook any survivors that you may have collected. So that's first option. Second option is thank you very much. We will be examining that Sakania head to toe, but I don't want you going anywhere.
He says confirmed, and it clicks off like I just did.
Okay, so we have our ship is much more intimidating and impressive than his little Betty, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Magnificent vessel.
Okay.
I think even a dropship could probably take out a Mantis.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna get Mother to send him a text message too, essentially confirming our conversation. So it's all on paper. You understand? Got to cover my ass. Essentially, Captain Trader, do not leave station without permission of the Corps. We will examine your salvage, and you will stay on station until after we have finished our mission aboard the Sakania.
Shall I lock target, Lieutenant?
Absolutely. Just add a little bit of oomph to our compromise request.
Target locked.
Nice. 4 6s.
The Sirago appears to have ceased all movement.
Good. Also,
So
send the captain.
we will be-
Send the. Go ahead.
We will be in range of the USCSS Sakania in 45 minutes.
All right.
What an evil laugh.
What was that, Shadow?
You have an evil laugh.
Yeah. Right. Okay, I'll just ask Mother to send a message. Thank you for your cooperation, and I'm just gonna kind of. What do you guys think? Should we deal with this Captain Schrader first? I'm kind of curious what you guys think.
We'd have
Or
to,
should we leave
we'd
him?
have to board his ship, and he might try to bug out.
Yeah. And did he say he had a couple questions for you, GM? You said on the scan there was 5 other contacts in the area. Was one of those contacts the Sirago?
Yeah, so Sirago, and then the other 4 are the EEV pods, and they're spread out like in a volume that's probably, I would say, like a radius of like 100 kilometers, maybe something like that, like a large volume. So the Sirago was doing a slow search pat, like trying to
gather them up.
Gather them up. Yeah, it hasn't reached any of them yet. And it's still kind of in space combat range. It's like close range, I think, or medium range, something like that. So it's far off, but able to be locked.
And the Sirago is not a threat to us, really. It's just a small salvage ship. Yeah. Okay, well, what do you guys think? Should we, before we take on the Sakania, should we gather up these EEVs with maybe even the help of the Sirago? Because I don't know if LaSalle Bionational we've already had some tanglings with as far as their involvement.
LaSalle, they're the assholes who sent mercenaries to attack the ship, the Sakania.
That's right. That's right. So, our first mission is to get rescue any potential Sakania people, and they're probably in those EEVs, right?
Yeah.
Anna, what do you think, Sergeant? I'm curious about whether we go to the Sakania first and leave Mother targeting the Sarago, or if we deal with Sarago first.
I don't like the idea of secondary factors clouding our judgment inside, so I feel like we should deal with them out here first.
I think that's wise, yeah.
You say we're dealing with the pods first?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I would agree with Sergeant there. I think that's a good idea, because if once we get on the Sakania and we're all on board there, dealing with whatever shit is on board the Sakania, we're gonna be less able to respond to any other malfeasance by LaSalle Bionational outside.
I would recommend that you use a Cheyenne for the salvage, the EEV salvage mission, as the Artemis is slow to maneuver.
Thank you, Mother.
I was actually about to suggest that myself.
All right, that's a good idea. So let's do that. So first mission will be to corral all these EEVs. Jesse and Richter, you'll be piloting, of course, Sterling.
Understood,
I think we might send just one squad out, and we'll keep our other second squad in reserve. Because can we forcefully dock with this Hawker Mantis with our Artemis, or is that like a possibility?
It would be. I'm trying to think.
Well,
how that would work.
The one ship. I mean, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but ship of the same class docks with a different kind of ship, like a totally different kind of ship and chariot. So I'm guessing that they're all probably interchangeable in terms of airlocks.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Artemis might be able to you might be able to swallow it.
Like a whale.
Like a whale. Like I'm trying to think. There might be a way to bring it into the cargo hold. There's a bunch of cargo holds on the upper part of these ships.
Yeah, that really.
And the Betty would fit in one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, the Saraga would fit in one of those for sure. But I don't know if there's tractor beams in this universe, so I'm not.
There aren't tractor beams, but we could give them orders to dock or blow them out of the water, figuratively.
Yeah, we got them locked on, so.
Yeah. Basically saying, get into the cop car, no sudden movements.
That's right. The equivalent of, yeah. Okay.
So is that the new plan?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see if we can. I'm going to send Hale, Captain Trader of the Sarago again. And just tell him we're going to take him on board, him and his ship. And it'd be in all of our best interest for him not to have or commence any evasive maneuvers, as it could result in the destruction of both our ships. And in the meantime, we've got him locked on, so that's sort of a double insurance. Consider him, he's just taking a slight detour from his salvage for the next little while.
I'm going to file protest to the ICC. This is an unconscionable action. But we will comply.
Thank you, Captain. Your cooperation is noted. And so I advise Mother to go ahead and initiate the swallowing.
I have to find a map. Hold on a second.
Operation Jonah is a go. Repeat, is a go.
Operation Deep Throat.
Okay, so I think phase A of this Operation Deep Throat, Jonah, is going to be
No way.
I think we got to clear the Sirocco, or the Sirago and their crew. Essentially, we're going to detain them for a while. So I want to board their ship once they're on board our ship, and just make sure, see all the crew, make sure they're clean. They haven't, and just basically give them a light interrogation as to what they're up to. See if there's any LaSalle bionational corporate types on board, and just make sure that they're out of our hair if possible. We can put them in the brig.
Excellent. Just give me a second to get a map going here.
No worries.
Oh, meanwhile, I forgot to show you guys where you are. I'm just gonna show you guys where you are so you have an idea.
Whoa.
So where the red square is where you guys are, just in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, way far out.
Yeah. The constellations look all different from out here, man.
I just got to get this map set up real quick. Give me a second. You're making me work, guys. You're making me work.
So, Sergeant, you take your squad aboard and take Demon 1 aboard, and you can just make sure everything's safe and copacetic aboard, and we'll escort those guys off, and we'll back you up. Demon 2 will back you guys up.
Copy. Hank, make sure you bring your smart gun.
Okay.
He's still weeping over Jenny there. So I think we'll have a brig on board Artemis.
Yeah.
We can put these guys in. Any idea, Mother, what the number of crew member aboard this Sarago will be?
In Chariot, I mean, I had a crew of 4. Like 4 or 5,
Yeah,
I think. So I'm guessing that's probably...
Scanning for life signs. There are 8 life signs aboard the Sarago.
And do we have facilities aboard that we can lock these guys up?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a brig on mid deck. However, there's no map, so
Yeah, that's fine.
You must use the Force to find it. Picture the brig in your mind. Let the Force be your guide.
do you have a map of the cargo hold, though? That's what I'm working on right now. Just give me a second to size it right.
Do you have that one map that the guy Alexander made that's like a cutaway of the ship?
I think I've seen a few.
If you don't have it, it's not exactly screen accurate, but it's something. So.
Which one are you talking about?
There's a guy who his name is Alexander Richardson, and he made this cutaway of the Sulaco that includes a cargo bay. You want me to send it to you?
Is it the one that's all colorful?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I think I have that in my files somewhere.
Well, I have it open, so I'll just paste it in the Discord.
Cool.
It's this one. If it'll load. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's good. I based sort of how the decks move on that reference, definitely.
Oh, okay.
So we go into the cargo hold. Sorry, I was getting the map up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have the Artemis position itself in between the Sakania and the Sarago, and the Sarago is going to maneuver to dock, and it's going to maneuver to cargo hold 5. So I guess we'll bring you to cargo hold 5.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be the one on the left side, and then I don't have a map of the Mantis class, but we could just assume that it'll come in, and the mercenary team, you'll have to deal with getting them out of the ship and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, we just send them a message. We please open up. We are going to come aboard. Appreciate all your cooperation, Captain Schrader. We'll soon allow you to be on your way.
The door opens, and an old Mantis class floats in and settles down on her landing struts. The exterior door closes, and 8 people exit the ship.
Oh, they just come right off. Nice. We don't have to even board.
Are they armed?
Yes. Yeah,
we're gonna have to ask you to drop your weapons.
They're kitted out in armor, and they have pulse rifles.
Oh god.
And are we in the cargo area at the moment?
Yeah, we go ahead for sure. Let's say some time has passed. You maneuvered like a shift has probably passed to get everything set up. So some like 6 hours has passed. Yeah, you can bring your characters in here. Whoever's up there, the catwalk. So to describe this, the catwalk is above the hangar itself, and so these guys are below. And if you're on the catwalk, you're looking down on them.
Cool.
Well, Donald's a big boy. Every time I put it like I see him get put down, it's like, whoa.
Cool.
Okay,
My name is Donald.
Yeah, Big Johnny.
One of the mercs steps forward. He's like, "I'm Captain Schrader. We've done what you said. What do you want to, what do you want us to do? This is highly unusual. You want us to give you our weapons? Why do you want us to give you?" He's like just pissed off.
Man, just like drop them on the ground, dude. I hate to be so defensive about this.
And dance to the music.
So, I guess how are you going to get them to put their guns on the ground?
I'm just asking him nicely at the moment.
He's not going to comply. They're outside of the ship. They're, they have their weapons. Their weapons are drawn. They're not aimed yet, but they're in a defensive posture.
So those are mercenaries?
Yeah.
I just sigh, Lieutenant.
Come on, Sarge. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna come in there too. I'll be up on the upper catwalk. All right, Schrader. We both have similar backgrounds. We like to mix it up and get messy, but this isn't the place to do it. You're going to be allowed to go on your way, and you get all your pretty toys back, but right now we got a mission we got to do, and I don't got time to fuck around, so drop your goddamn weapons or we're going to get fucking bloody here.
Roll, do a manipulation roll after you're done yelling at them.
Okay. And I just give a signal to the boys to, like, lock and load, so you can rip that sound effect of the weapons. Maybe I can get a. Actually, can I try and command him?
He's not in the same.
Oh, that's right.
He's not in the same unit as you. Yeah, they're mercenaries. They might have been Marines, or they. It's hard to tell because their armor is different. Sure. You can't really see their faces.
Okay. And do I get any modifiers on this roll?
Yeah. Let's give you +2.
Okay.
Since we have the high ground.
Yeah.
Ooh, I would push that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got 1 success anyway.
All
push it?
Yeah, might as well.
All
Got a
right.
bit of
So
stress.
-1 and at a stress.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So just +1 then this time,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or okay.
Hey.
Alright.
Mm.
And then let's see. I have to roll manipulation as well, right? Opposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Rep.
Whew.
Oh, nice.
Jesus Christ.
All right. What do you want to do with your with your manipulation, your stunt there?
I want them to just essentially disarm, drop all your weapons, everything, knives, derringers, garrots, poison. Dump it all out there. You get it all back, I promise. And
You
I
need
want
to
you all off, yeah, all off the ship and up against the wall. Don't worry, it's not a firing
Oh,
squad.
dude, with stunts, here's the thing. You could do more than like they could give you intel.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's good. Good call.
Yeah, you get one stunt. So yeah, you convinced him he's complying. He's shrugging and he orders his men to stand down and they drop their weapons.
Okay, then I'll ask Thorn and his squad to gather up the weapons, and I'll ask Captain Schrader to come aside to me and have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And,
Me and Big Donald go through and start collecting the weapons. Just making sure they're like out of easy reach, not like locking them away or anything.
Big Donald has enough mass that the gravity actually just sucks the weapons to him.
Yeah. Yeah,
How
this-
did he
this
get
ship-
so big?
This ship doesn't need a gravity drive, man. He is the
Yeah.
gravity drive.
You notice the ship like sliding across the hangar ever so slightly.
There's no lower gravity. This doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so I want to just, with that stunt and Captain Schrader, I'm just going to kind of come across a little conciliatory to him. Okay, Captain, I appreciate your assistance in this matter. And, you know, you've helped make a sticky situation slide a lot more nicely. You're basically the lube to this mission, so appreciate that. Now, what the hell are you guys doing out here? And are you guys working on, you guys on LaSalle's payroll? What's up with that?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, responding to your hail, we are from LaSalle Bionational. One of our teams disappeared out here on a mission, and we're here looking for them. They were flying the USCSS Hawkwind, and we have not found any wreckage or anything related to that ship out here, but we're looking for our men. We haven't gone to the Sakania yet because we're getting some weird bio readings.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Captain. So we're just gonna ask you guys to sit tight aboard here. We'll get you comfortable, get you fed, and just want to keep you guys out of the way for a bit. Now, just out of game, do I put the two pieces together? Is he talking about the Rider Squad, the men of his that went missing?
So just to recap, Rider Squad was on board, was tasked by the Marines to guard the Sakania when it came under attack, or it was boarded by the Hawkwind, which were the LaSalle Bionational team.
Oh, right.
And all those mercenaries were killed by Rider Squad.
Right.
But he doesn't know that.
Okay. Right. Okay.
So
Cool.
confusing.
It's a tangled web we weave. when at first we try to slaughter the enemy. Something like that. All right. Okay, so That's good. We've got these guys sequestered in the brig and disarmed.
Yeah, you lead them to the brig, and they're all mopey. And as you put Captain in, he's like, how did you guys know to come all the way out here? There's no distress beacon."
That's the wonderful way of the Corps. We're everywhere we're needed.
Yeah, we know a guy.
Yeah.
As you slam the door shut in his face.
Mhm. Okay, do we need to leave? We don't. Hopefully, we don't need to leave anybody behind here, and they're nice and secure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on with the next phase of this mission. It's gonna be we're gonna go round up these EEVs.
Weren't some of the EVs on the ship?
I don't think the Sarago had not gotten to them yet. Any of them? They were on the way.
Oh,
Well, we
I
showed
thought you
up.
said like there were 4 pods aboard.
Okay.
No, there's 4 pods floating out in space.
Oh, okay.
So we roll for pulling them in. What do we need to do?
So it is recommended that you use a Cheyenne dropship to grab the EEVs.
Ah,
Right.
Jazz.
So
This is your specialty. Will help.
All right.
yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna take the transit down, and Hank's coming with me.
Yeah, Hank's going to assist you with piloting.
All right. So
Yeah, why don't you send all of Pandagrow's Squad Demon 1 along with you guys, because you may need to, hopefully you don't, but board an EEV. You scan them and bring them in. Apparently, I think they should be in cryo, right? Everyone on board one of those EEVs?
Yeah, the EEVs, they're just single person. They look like, they're in stasis, and they kind of look like coffins, I guess. They're
yeah,
Oh,
I think they're
Gotcha,
supposed
cool.
to be the ones that Vickers used in the climax of Prometheus when the ship was going to crash and she just punched out in one of those. That's my theory anyway, but
okay, yeah. You can gather those up, and then we'll bring them back to the Artemis, but we are just going to keep them. I don't want them, whoever's in them, they could be infected with whatever it is that's out there.
well, then should we take them to the cargo bay rather than our main area of operations?
Yeah, definitely. We'll leave them in a cargo bay, and we'll leave the cargo bay decompressed, so they'll still be safe inside their pod, but it's just sort of an extra layer of security.
So I'm thinking in my head, when you come up on these pods, the dropship ramp would open, and
then you just
the
kinda
guys in
scoop
the
it in.
EEV suits would maybe use a harpoon to reel it in. Does that sound like the
Well,
procedure you guys would
maybe
do?
it's like so. Is it like Space Engineers where the boots are magnetized?
Oh,
Because what you could
are your
do-
boots magnetized?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't say that they are or aren't, but I'm saying that, like, if you rule that they can be, then what you do is you have the dropship like get close enough to the pods, and then the guys are just walking down the ramp, and then they can just pull the pods in.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't the Colonial Marines Technical Manual or the game book, they don't say whether or not the suits have magnetic boots, but I mean that's your call, I guess, because it doesn't say they do, doesn't say they don't, so it's GM's choice.
Yeah, I think magnetic boots are probably allowed, as long as you. I guess you'd have to do a power roll if you're out there for too long.
True. How long was
Good.
it?
So the Artemis gives you the general location for each of the pods, and you'll have to do a scan to a radar ping to actually find them, and then a piloting roll to see how close you get. And if the piloting roll fails, then the Marines on board will have to use a harpoon gun.
And is it going to be Demon 2 trying to get them?
Oh, there's Pandergrouse squad.
Demon 1.
Demon 1.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
So they're so far out. When you get to the area of one and you begin scanning, if you look out the window, if you look out the ramp, the Artemis, which is almost a kilometer long, looks like a little ant. It's that far away.
Alright, so do I do a piloting roll?
Yeah, so let's have the crew of the Sterling do a comtech to scan, and then a piloting to
Okay, so
get close.
Hank, you have 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll boost you for the contact. So you get +1 from me. And then I think you have a bunch of tools.
Yeah, I have electronic and things, so the Comtech guys I can lend
Yeah. Well, I'll
so they
boost
can
you
get
on this
plus
one so
3.
you can do this.
Oh, you're
Yeah, I'm boosting you.
boosting me.
Yeah, I'm gonna boost you.
All right. So that means get +1 then.
No, you're not. No, it's contact.
Do comtech.
Oh, sorry.
You're doing a scan. You're doing.
I'm sorry. Some of that was okay.
There you go.
All right, you pinpoint the sarcophagus-like EEV pod with pinpoint accuracy.
And maybe I have to do that again because there's several others. So just can automatically find the others.
Okay, you do a wide sweep, and you are able to pinpoint the velocity and direction of each of the pods. So you will be able to find them
There you
with
go, buddy.
ease.
Alright, so piloting roll, or can I just
Yeah.
fly over it? Alright. And then Hank is
Yeah.
boosting me for 1.
Yep.
And holy shit.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of
I guess I'll save all of those. Where am I gonna? I'll write it in tiny items. Just 3 from there. Okay. So
I guess could showing off be like doing it really fast? Like everything just slides in perfectly, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, can I do that?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
You lower the ramp, and you're dead on. And the Demon 1 team that's on the ramp is able to slowly guide in the first escape pod with literal ease. And then Demon 1 guys, can you do an air check?
Just really quick, we're back on full air. Is that 4 or 5?
4.
You would have had, I think, 5 air in those M33s.
Yeah. Sweet.
Oh, and the Mark 35, that's 4 air.
4? Is it 4 air?
Yeah, it's 4 air on the Mark 35.
Okay, 4 air.
Man, he almost gave us a free air, dude.
Was this Spaceballs?
Nice.
All right, and then cool. So I would say that with that piloting role and that comtech role, do you know if we necessarily have to roll for each of these going through. Does that make sense to you guys? Unless you
Yeah,
want
we can
just speed it
to,
up.
we can just skip ahead because it's
Yeah.
yeah. So
obviously
let's call it let's call it like a shift of work. And you get these aboard. It's hard to tell what it looks like on the inside because the viewport on these EEVs has been frosted over. But a cursory check, you see that all the bio signs are in the green.
Nice.
onto the other ship. The
Sakania?
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just go ahead and bring the Sterling back over to the Artemis.
Okay.
And then, do the reverse combat drop procedure, just bringing it back to base. Crane grabs it and all that stuff. So, well, actually, no, never mind. We were doing it at the cargo bay, right?
Yeah, you were gonna offload the.
Oh yeah, you're right. In that case, then I'm assuming that the squad, or at least most of the squad, be waiting because the ship is in here. The one we sucked in is right there.
Yeah.
And so I'll bring it into cargo bay 6.
Cool.
Drop off the pods and then bring the Sterling back to the. Lieutenant, would it make more sense to bring the Sterling to the back to the hangar or to the cargo bay?
I think the cargo bay is
Okay,
a good
then
call.
I'll just leave land the drop ship in the cargo bay, and then it'll sit there until we're all ready to rock. So.
Okay, I think you gathered them all up. That's awesome. We'll take those EEVs out of the Sterling and secure them in the cargo bay, in cargo bay 6, and then my plan is hopefully we can just leave that cargo bay exposed to vacuum. And while we're head off to our mission, they'll be safe and sound there.
I mean, they'll be exposed to vacuum. Like, will the pods be secured, not just get sucked off into space?
That's right.
All right.
Just leave the door open.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we examine these EVs? Is there like a tag or some kind of bio readout that identifies the occupants?
There's very rudimentary controls on the outside. Basically, there's like an open button and a little display that tells you that they're alive or dead.
I'm going to put a strip of duct tape over each open button. Do not press.
Right.
Duct tape. I love that stuff.
Made famous by Ellen Ripley in 2179.
Okay, how far of an EEV do we need to... I guess we could take the Sterling a bit closer, but I think, no, wait, we want Jesse to be on the ground with us in the...
Well, I mean, there's no hanger on the thing.
That's right.
So.
That's right. All right, let's get suited up into our... if you're not already, I think Demon 2, you probably got geared up while Jesse and Demon 1 were out gathering up EVs. So Thorn,
Yeah.
So Thorn, your squad is gonna EVA over first.
Okay.
Make sure you have your grappling gun if you need. And I don't know, you guys, do these compression suits have any kind of maneuverability, or is it essentially little thrusters or anything?
No. The eco suit does, but the Mark 35s don't.
Yeah, I'm assuming these are pretty. You're gonna have to just jump from where you are, or and then when you get close, use the grappling hook kind of thing.
But just
Okay.
fly over.
Yeah, the
So,
Artemis is gonna station. The Artemis will station 400 meters off the starboard bow of the Sakania.
Okay. Well, you guys get to earn your pay today. Make that long jump you've always dreamed of in high school.
Oh, joy.
400 meters.
Banzai.
Okay,
Hey,
Thorn,
Shadow.
you guys are first.
Yeah, Shadow, do you want to take the grappling gun? I think you
Sure.
might,
Who has the
you might be the best shot
who has
here.
lowest mobility?
Probably Big Don. What's his?
No.
Oh no, he's got 5. That's like not too bad. And
I've got
yeah,
5.
Thorn's got 5. Thorn's got 5 as well too.
I have 6.
Alright.
We'll
So I
be
guess anybody
fine.
goes 5, like whoever gets 5.
What are the stats on grappling?
The grappling gun, let me pull it up. Alright, so rifle. So the grappling gun is damage 1, medium range, single shot, so don't miss. And it does not have bonus.
0 bonus. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
success with that would be it works, and
Yeah, so
failure would be that you miss.
yeah. So they say it's used to close the difference between free floating object and personnel in space. On a hit with this weapon, the grappling hook attaches to the target. If the target is heavier than you can use the tether to repel quickly towards the target. So it's like Batman. Slow action moves you from medium range to engaged.
Cool.
Yeah, so when you get within 100 meters or so,
Medium range.
I want you guys to take a line across
Also-
with you that
also-
Demon 1 can then follow on. That's okay.
Wouldn't he get a modifier to hit because the ship is fucking colossal? Because like a big target, you get
Yeah, that's true.
more die to hit.
Possibly.
yeah, I'm thinking it's still pretty hard because you're weightless.
Well, it's just about like aiming at a large target, increasing the chances to hit it. That's all I'm saying.
But then like we'd have to hit
That's
it at a point that's like within range and like close to us, something that it actually like pierce and hook onto. Like yeah, I think it might just end up being a flat roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna rule that that's a flat roll.
All right.
So I'm rolling.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have managed to get the out of the
ready.
airlock. Yep, go
I
for
am
it.
Fire!
Trying to aim the best way I can.
Yay!
Wait, only what? This is odd.
It's a success.
Yes,
It's a
I
success.
know, but it didn't count my range combo.
Ah.
You got to click on the
because-
range
yeah,
part
I
of the
forgot that.
weapon.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Sure, you don't want to do that again? No, I'm just kidding.
I would like to, but no.
No, I mean for accuracy, I think you should roll that again.
Okay,
I'm
nice.
cool with it. You aim at the ship and you hit it like in the midpoint. As you get closer, you notice that the midpoint, there's a bunch of debris on the side of the ship that you're aiming for, and it appears that like one of the cargo holds has crumpled from the inside, like intense vacuum has damaged it.
Ooh.
There's no running lights or power that you can tell from where you're at. And as you get closer, the shortwave radio that's in your helmet starts to buzz.
Oh crap. So I'm on the way there.
Yeah, you guys are like on
It's-
your way toward the ship.
Okay.
You hear a faint voice trying to come through. It's like, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?"
We can hear you.
Oh, excellent. Are
Where
you
are you?
the Marines?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is James. I'll meet you at the starboard airlock.
Okay.
You guys came
Luke-
just in time, and it it clicks off, and you can't reach him again.
Lieutenant, we just got comms from
James.
this big ship that we're getting on. Guy called James.
Survivor, hey? James, I'll check
James?
that against manifest to see if I can confirm. Copy.
Copy.
But in the meantime, Demon 2, you guys are over there. Can you just do a sort of a once you're on the outside of the ship, sort of just slowly make your way towards the front of the ship and assess any other damages you might find. Demon 1, you're on your way over next.
All right.
So, Mother, can you run a scan of the ship manifest and compare with any names known as James?
Scanning manifest.
So while that's going, just to confirm, Demon 2 is aboard the ship now.
On the way.
Oh.
James is most likely the onboard synthetic.
Huh.
Oh.
Thank you, Mother.
You're welcome.
2-1, come in. This is Demon Actual.
This is Demon 2.
James is likely onboard synthetic. So this will. I forget if. Sorry, this is out of game, but Sarago is. I'm not the Sarago. I'm sorry. The Sakania is. Was this a corporate ship?
Yeah, it was owned by Wayland Yutani. It's owned by Wayland Yutani.
Okay. So just heads up, Demon 2-1. We are not to trust this synthetic. Over. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind with your dealings with. Okay, and then Demon 1 is going to head over next because Demon 2, I asked when they went over that they took a line with them that Demon 1 could just then follow. Does that work, GM?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I'm thinking, did you ever see that movie 2010, like with Roy Scheider?
Yeah.
Like when they go across to the Discovery, that kind of thing?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Cool.
Yeah, so you're able to fix a cable that Demon 2 can just grab some gnar and zip line over.
All right, easy.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Let's go on Thorn. It wasn't Thorn who fired it. Never mind. Oops.
Can I just get Demon 2 to do a mobility roll to see how their landing goes when they get to the other side?
Individual roll?
No, just a group roll, just to see how.
my-
Okay, cool.
Oh, very nice.
Beautiful.
I was so horrified that I was going to fuck that up, but
That all
Well
went
done.
perfectly.
Making me proud.
Very nice. Lieutenant, are you with these guys? Where are you at?
I'm coming over with Demon 1, second
Okay.
group.
Okay.
And we're going to bring Birch, if Birch is cool with that. Birch,
Yeah, for sure.
you're coming with us.
Sounds excellent, Lieutenant.
Do you need a suit? Probably.
Yes, I do.
yeah, I would.
Not to breathe necessarily, but
Yeah.
Well,
I
he
do
would
have
explode.
I do have fluids that are pressurized. So yes, if I go and vacuum, I'll explode.
Yes, you'd make a wonderful mess, I'm sure.
you like ask him and then laugh in his face right after asking him? This fucking guy, dude.
Hey, Bridge gets my sense of humor.
All right. You guys got to make your way about 200 feet along the side of this ship until you get to the starboard airlock. Go ahead and do individual air supply rolls just to see how much air you have left.
Yep.
What
Oh, juicy.
Why is he?
That thing scares me.
Jesse, you got your inhaler with you? What's the? It should be 4, I guess. The air supply 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, I at least made it to the ship without drifting off into space, but now the danger of suffocating to death is on the horizon.
Yeah, don't
Is
worry
it,
about it.
is it possible to bring over additional oxygen?
Well, we could find some on the ship, maybe.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
you left without doing that, so no.
Shit. Well, next time we
But-
go EVA.
Second, I got an eye.
Say that again. Was Thorn or Sarge? Oh wow.
What's going on? Isaac, you muted yourself. Was that?
So you guys will be in this airlock on the right side.
Over here.
Yeah.
Alright,
And as you get there, the
Neato.
door, as you guys gather around, you don't have to do anything. The outer door opens automatically.
Can you ping the area that we were heading to, please? Or, up there.
Donald is the L.
What the hell's going on? Oh, it's up there.
Yeah, Donald's head took up the entire airlock there.
I didn't see
Yeah.
that, but I wish I had.
We have to push him in.
Somebody should make a Funko Pop out of Donald and make his head twice as big as a normal.
Oh, sorry. I was dealing with some pyro related stuff. Anyways.
Can I go over into this room?
Sorry, just make sure you guys are all inside, and then they'll cycle the airlock.
Oh, okay, all right.
Actually, let's just go in one squad at a time. So, just in
So
case,
it's fine.
yeah, in case he opens the door and throws a grenade in, he won't take out the entire team.
Good call.
So who's going in
Demon-
first?
Demon 2's in there first, and then we'll float outside and wait. Just stay frosty, Demon 2. We don't know what to expect on the other side.
Understood, sir.
I will
Upper
assume
G-
or what position?
Okay, the airlock is cycling. Door closed, and the inner door opens. And standing on the other side, you see a guy that's wearing black overalls. And he says, "Hi, I'm James. Welcome aboard the Sakania."
Hello, James.
And
What happened here?
he gestures to his left, indicating the engineering workshop. He's like, "Let's meet in here."
Hey,
Yeah,
wait a minute, James. Don't you move.
Oh,
Go
God.
check.
Okay.
Well, this is
He's-
going. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I siphon some air tanks off of one of these suits?
Yeah. So this room, it's a ready room for the airlock area, and there's you can see the suit lockers. You have to check inside to see if there's any tanks for you.
So is that an observation roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you find some air tanks.
Awesome. How many?
How
And
many?
James is like, be my guest.
Please go through all my stuff.
So, 1 or 2.
Go ahead and say 2 on that
Alright,
one.
Cool. Thank you.
It's like a half full tank.
Thanks. 2. And these are Mark 50s?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 5. Alright. 5 air. Alright.
Yeah, just go ahead and add 2 air to what you have because they're not full tanks.
Oh, they're not full tanks. Okay, so
Yeah.
that would be 3.
The room isn't very brightly lit. It's the emergency lights are on, like red and yellow lights. Is this all of your team? James says.
No, we've got some
Yes.
friends.
Yes. This. Can I use manipulation roll?
No, we've got another
I cannot understand a single word you're saying.
with us. I just told him the truth.
David Thorne, you were breaking up there.
Yeah.
Your mic is yeah.
You could... Sorry, oops. Like while he was saying no, I just told him yes at the same time. Oh, am I still breaking up?
So Shadow, you want to make a manipulation roll on James here? What are you trying to get him to do?
Yeah. Just want to convince him that we're the only team, and he will lead us to the room somewhere else, and someone show us what's going on here, because it's really creepy that there's no lights and
Yeah,
we don't know where.
you don't have to. He's like gesturing for you guys to follow him into the engineering workshop. So he's like, "Follow me." Sure, he believes you. Like if you lie to him, he will believe you.
Why do you want to lie to him?
Okay. Why would you want to tell him the truth?
Because he's going to find out anyway. The rest of the team's going to come, and they're probably going to be wondering where the hell we are. Because what happens if the lieutenant radios in? It's like, insert name here. Where are you guys? And it's like, oh no, an android just took us over to this workshop. It'll probably cause problems for us later on if we lie. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you guys want to do. Do you want? I mean, when you look around, you see that the other airlock door is open. If you look to your left, the hallway toward the first reactor is dark, and there's like a bunch of crates and like metal girders and stuff welded to the door. It's been like welded shut, and there's no way to get through that area.
What's over there?
We had to shut that door.
Any good reasons for that?
Yeah, there are several very dangerous organisms on this ship, and I had to seal off the door to the rest of the ship.
Oh, okay.
Are there any survivors on here?
Yes, there's one survivor. She's one of you, I believe.
What? Where is she?
She is on What deck is she on? Hold on. Oh no. She's on C deck, in one of the corporate lounges. But we can't move her. She's gravely injured.
Why are you here?
I am part of the crew of the Sakania, and was left behind when the rest of the crew, or whoever was left, ejected in the EEVs.
So she was left behind.
Yes, the Marine crew, I believe their call sign was Ryder, stole the mercenary vessel and took off, thinking that she was dead or left behind, I guess. I found her and have been keeping her alive for the past 3 or 4 months.
Is she stable?
Oh, she is definitely, yeah, she's stable. Although mentally, I don't know, but her physical body is stable.
Take us to her?
Say that again?
Can you take us to her?
It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. And he wanders into the workshop.
Okay.
2-1. Can you guys secure the room and let the rest of us in? Over.
Yeah, copy that. And then we'll just start cycling the airlock.
Follow the android.
Did LT? Did you hear that on the radio? The news about the Marine?
There might be a Marine on board.
Well,
Yeah, that will be.
Well, I mean, what it is, I sent in the chat while that conversation was going on the radio. Lieutenant Andronic, it's Jesse. We have a down Marine on C deck.
Copy. We'll get there as soon as we can.
And by down, I mean I don't mean like dead.
Mm.
I mean like down as in injured.
Okay.
So,
And GM, we're gonna need Hank's token on the map.
Yeah. Power went.
Got it.
Power went down again, so I'm on my phone again. I do
Okay.
have a thing pulled up, so I can do rolls, but I can't drag my token around easily on the.
all right.
Gotcha.
Let me find you.
Yeah, sorry about this, guys. Just
Yeah, it happens.
No worries.
Oh man, dude, it happens to me all the time. Don't worry about it. Am I coming through all right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing much better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm on phone internet because the countryside of Spain has fucking awful internet.
I love Spain.
It's the bear bug. It's ruined everything.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have cycled the airlock and you are on board the Sakania.
Okay. All right, so we'll come in. Anyone need any extra oxygen? It sounds like Jesse's got some. But there's oxygen on this deck though. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
atmosphere?
air. Yeah, there's
Good,
atmosphere.
I just grabbed it from
Okay.
one of these, so there are 3 other suits.
Okay. So yeah. So Thorn and Shadow and you guys go ahead and see what's happening with James, the synthetic. He wants to talk to you in engineering.
Yeah, I'm behind him. So
Yeah,
I didn't.
copy that. Come on, Donnie. Okay.
And the workshop is meticulously organized, and he's a very good android. There's tools and schematics and circuit boards
I'm
and stuff like
looking
that.
around. Yeah, I'm looking around the shelves and like with finger, I'm going over it if there is any dust.
Yeah, clean as a whistle.
Nice, clean place to have here.
Thank you.
So, what did you want to show us?
Yeah, why are we here?
Well, first of all, did you get my signal?
Out of
What's
character, is he
your-
referring to like when he called us outside the ship when we were doing E EVA?
No, I sent a
Oh.
hyperlight. I've been sending hyperlight updates to the network. Are you here because of those?
Yeah.
No,
No, yeah.
Nah.
I look at
Yeah.
I look at Thorn. What the fuck?
I just say like I say like yeah while shaking my head side to side.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
yes, but actually no.
Yawn.
You're gonna short out this synthetic, you guys.
This sentence is false.
He'll be like Ash and Alien and just like start wigging out. No. So you're answering yes or no? Sorry. No. Yes.
Maybe.
He looks at you
No.
quizzically. He's like, "Which is it?"
Oh no. Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm in a bit of a quandary. I need to know your clearance level before I let you know anything.
Oh, it's up there. We're with USMC Marines. USMC.
USCM, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
that
I know.
one, yeah.
I need your clearance level.
Oh, it's
I contact Lieutenant. Lieutenant, if you like to
Right.
join us in the workshop, he
my
needs someone with the clearance.
Okay. So I just asked Sergeant Pendergrau to see if the other airlock works, but also if you could take a look at that barricade to the south and see if it's secure or if it's something we need. If we need to, if we can remove it, and I'll head over to the engineering room.
Okay.
I just gesture at the android. Go, sorry, we're just calling our dad.
Okay, so I'll go up to James and I'll bring Birch with me, and I'll introduce them to each other. Birch, James,
Mhm.
James, Birch.
Like two puppies.
Would you like to learn to play the flute? No.
I'll
Do
do
the
the
fingering.
shrimping.
Shudder. I'll ask James what his capacity or role on board the Sakania was.
Yeah, the I guess you could call me the technical officer, much like Birch over here. I was here to advise and keep the ship up to date while they're in cryo, and typical android duties. Make sure everyone is alive. Unfortunately, I got left behind.
Yes, and so you were sending, and just out of game, is it? If I heard he was sending these messages, that's how we've tracked ourselves here. Isn't that correct?
You guys got the intel from the Hawkwind, but you didn't receive any signals. Sorry, that was unclear.
Yeah.
Mhm. You're looking for a clearance. Is that right, James?
Yes, unfortunately, there are issues on this ship that my programming wouldn't allow me to tell you about unless I have a specific clearance level. I apologize. He's very conciliatory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, understandable. Now, can I inquire as to who you were sending your sublight messages to? What was the destination?
Of
Just need to
course, I
confirm.
was uploading to the secure Weyland-Yutani network.
Hmm.
I guess you could say I'm keeping tabs on our little friends, but that's all I can tell you unless you have clearance.
Hmm. Well, we are working in cooperation with Weyland-Yutani. but our internal. Actually, I guess because I don't think just thinking to myself or out loud, out of game, I don't have the. I'm guessing I don't have the clearance code that he's looking for because he's talking about Weyland-Yutani stuff.
Yeah, you know what? Then Hank will go up. He will list his his portfolio number and Weyland-Yutani stockholder.
Okay.
Ask him something.
Yeah. He wants to help you guys, but he's like he can't.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
so I'm going to ask him in terms of CDEC. How does I'm not sure if the second half of the question has been asked, but it's like how does one get to CDEC, and what room is the Marine currently in?
There's the rub. So normally you would take the ladder up to C deck from here, but I've had to barricade all of the connections to the cargo deck. So the only way that I've been able to get up there to maintain safety and security is by EVAing to the aft dorsal lock and then traversing the entirety of the ship until I reach the bow on C deck. It is troublesome, and I have only done it a couple times to make sure that she has been supplied. But I normally just hang out down here.
What I'm interested in is why you would leave her behind.
I have to make sure the ship is working, and it's much easier for me to monitor that from the engineering workshop.
And you weren't able to get her a suit and bring her up here?
Her condition is delicate.
Shit.
Delicate how?
What now?
Delicate how, I think he said.
Okay.
She lacks mobility.
She's without legs?
You could say that, yes.
What the hell happened?
All right, James. Well, you can't tell us anything else about our little friends. What about if I tell you our clearance is Cerberus? Would that help? Cerberus level?
Cerberus, yes. All I need from you is your serial number or your operating unit, and I can probably let you know.
All right. I just nudge Birch to communicate those details to James. Then I just check in on the comms with Sergeant Pandagrow and ask him if he can confirm if that obstruction is if we can't get past it.
All right, yeah.
Or not.
It's
what
pretty.
kind of-
It's pretty solid. You'd have to really work at it with the torch.
Okay.
Oh, like to get through this door and then these doors?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not keen to meet up.
This ladder leads down to C deck, yes?
And my understanding is it also leads up to the bridge deck.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, well, the layout of the ship, you guys have it confused, but that's okay. So it's the bridge is actually below you because it's a underslung bridge, and the C deck is above you.
Interesting.
I like to make it confusing. There's no up and down in space, right?
First thing we do is put this thing in a roll. Get it sorted out. All right. Okay, so does James able to tell us anything else? If our information is confirmed?
Yes. I've been sending the information to Weyland-Yutani on the network. appears we had an infestation of an alien life form that quickly took over most of the ship and used some of the crew and some of your Marines as, I guess you could say, they were hosts. They don't bother me as long as I don't get in their way, but it has made caring for the corporal somewhat difficult.
Crap. Now, sorry guys, I wasn't with you last session, but what kind of xenomorphs did you run into any xenomorphs last session?
Nope.
Not Xenos, we killed Neos.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like it was all like black site, black goo related stuff because Wing had one inside like Lazarus and he exploded.
Well.
Corporate man Wing.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, it looks like we have a mission. Also, we're going to search this ship. But I think our first priority is to try and get access to this corporal. Who sounds like she may be in, according to James, some kind of care of the xenomorphs. And we don't want that.
No, I've been keeping her away from the creatures. That's why you see the barricades. I've managed to sever all connections of the ductwork from the cargo section where they seem to be living to the forward B and C decks. I had to seal off the bridge, and I don't know if they're there or not because I've sealed off access, and I've been monitoring the ship from here. And as soon as the last of the biomass had left the ship, the creatures seem to have quieted down, and they seem to be in a quiescent state. So if I go through their, I guess you could call it a hive, I have to tiptoe and be very quiet, and they don't seem to bother me.
Oh, God. It's getting better and better every minute.
But I've been monitoring them, and I monitored their activities with the last of the crew, and I must say, they're very sensitive to life forms. I've had to put up quite a barricade between them and the corporal upstairs.
But
she is reachable.
But other than that, the corporal's fine.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, other than the ravenous hive of morphs.
Right. Okay. Someone's got an air leak. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was thinking about something, but I don't know what to ask. Yes,
Okay.
we're isolated right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, guys, come on in here to engineering workshop. We'll get the whole team meeting here. So, this is what I think the plan is going to be. We're going to have to... there's no other airlock entry to the front part of the ship except for where we are. If we go down to the bridge deck, there's no way to get into the bridge deck except for explosively decompressing the bridge deck, like through the windows or something like that. We don't want to do that. The only way to the upper deck is through that ladder, and then or explosively decompressing the upper deck from the outside, but we don't want to do that either. So that leaves that one route that James here has been taking, which is to EVA to the rear part of the ship, enter through the aft lock and storage, and then find our way all the way along to the front of the ship. Which means we're in for a fight with a sensitive, highly sensitive, as James would put it, xenomorph. Or more. Sounds like there's multiple. Does James know how many?
I've been able to count, I believe, 6 in the cargo area. And I have not been to the aft reactor section, but I know that there are probably some in there, but I have not gone in there.
Copy. that's on the B deck. That's the same level as we're on, basically, in the reactor deck, I guess.
Yeah. This is like, you can consider this like an engineering kind of deck.
Gotcha. Oh, we can see it actually on this map all the way at the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, check your kit, you guys. We're gonna take this route. Hopefully, my hope is we can eliminate any xenomorphs on the way, and then there should be a cakewalk from there. Operation Cakewalk, isn't that what this is called?
Yep.
So we're
Okay, everyone.
heading to C deck.
That's right. We're gonna go to C deck, the top deck at the rear, where there's an aft airlock. And James, you're gonna guide us there.
Of course.
It's great. And everybody, make sure you top up your air tanks,
Yeah, good call.
if that's possible.
Yeah, let me just see here. Okay, you find there's one full 5-point air tank in that room that you guys can share.
Okay. So somebody really sucked up a lot of air. Did they recover their air? Is
Yeah,
that
I got.
you, Jesse?
So what I did is I have a top. Actually, I miscounted. GM, you said that those air tanks I found were 3 or 4 air.
There was 2 air in the one that you found.
But you said I found 2 though.
I was talking about the points, the air points, whatever.
Oh, so I don't have any in reserve. Okay.
And
Anybody
then,
else that needs air can get
'Cause I only
one
have
of those
3
extra
air.
points.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
on
so-
2.
I'm on 2.
So there's 5
Okay, so
points
that-
of air you can distribute.
All right.
Okay, so whoever's got 2 air should take at least 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take 1.
I'll take
2.
one.
Okay, so that's 3 gone. We got 2 extra. Anyone else need some air?
I mean, I've got 3, but I'll
Jesse, you should probably take 1 since you tend to suck it back as it is.
take
Those
what?
6s. You should take an extra 1 since you tend to suck back a lot of air, at least
Yeah.
the first time across.
Yeah. So, how much is the spare tank?
There's 2 left, 2
Oh.
points of air left.
Well, wait. Can
So
can I just use that to top off this tank? Go from 3 to 5?
No, let's keep 1 in reserve in case anyone needs it.
Oh yeah.
We'll-
All right.
And the max is 4 anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true. But we're using tanks from Mark 50s.
yeah, our Mark 35s, I think we're in.
Oh, you're saying you swapped out your tank? You like actually physically put
Yeah.
another tank on yours?
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Can I go up from 3 to? But if LT is saying just to save the tank, I'll save the tank.
Yeah,
we'll
that's,
just keep that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me. Like whatever you want to do.
Okay. So I'm following orders, in terms of just saving the tank in reserve.
Yeah, so we only have 1 extra point of air, but at least it might save someone's ass. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, Sergeant Pandergrow, your team is gonna breach the airlock. You're gonna lead.
Okay.
So we'll keep. You can also trail a line if we have. The GM, I guess that's up to you. If we have a spool of line, we can attach to the outside of the ship, like a safety line.
That's cool.
And I suppose James might have already set something like that up, but and we'll follow that to the rear top, the top deck at the rear.
Sounds like a plan.
So Birch, James, and I will be in the middle group, and Demon 2, you'll bring up the rear. Okay.
Yeah, copy.
Roger that.
Oh boy.
Wait, what?
Check all your weapons.
Oh wait, he got pings.
No, just the music.
Oh, if he's playing it on the. Oh, I said lost connection to sound pad.
Oh.
Bummer.
Oh no, playing it on Roll20. It's the
Oh.
tabletop audio stuff.
Tabletop audio is not working for me right now, so. But I
And
can
it's
see all the
spooky
sound.
music.
Spooky.
Okay, David got a power supply roll.
Yeah. Ooh,
Do we have to roll it?
I clicked
Oh,
that
were you?
by accident. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Do
know.
we need to do one?
Oh, shit.
Okay, Sarge, you're in the lead.
All right. Get rid of the EVA.
All right. So we'll you guys get in the airlock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing EVA to get to the deck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm sorry. I was under the impression that we're going to just go down the ladder, but I guess.
No, that doorway is blocked between the
right.
ladder and us.
Alrighty.
So we all do mobility rolls?
Yeah, let's do each group do a mobility roll to get on top of the ship and get your line hooked up and all that stuff.
Okay. I guess I'll roll mobility on behalf of Demon 2. Hey.
And as you're getting your line coordinated, James says, "Allow me. I've already done the work for you." And you look up and there's, he's set up like a sequence of, of cables that you can grab onto.
Oh, that's what that clever. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice of him. I'd give him a story point any day.
All right.
Okay.
So, as you guys are about halfway down the ship, it's like 300 feet. I said, right? 350 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artemis calls in.
Uh-oh.
Lieutenant, I have a radar ping.
Ugh.
Fast mover, but it's running without a transponder.
Ooh.
All right. Okay, send out a hail. Send out a hail and lock on weapons. Try and ward them off, or get a return hail.
Okay, I will advise.
Brother sounds a bit bitchy,
What an attitude.
Yeah.
Lieutenant, they are not answering my hails. They will arrive on site. They will reach our position in 45 minutes.
All right.
They appear to be slowing down.
Okay, keep scanning, keep attempting to hail, and keep me in the loop.
Affirmative.
All right, let's keep going, Sergeant. Lead the way.
All right.
Will we get to the end of the ship within 45 minutes?
Yeah, for sure. It'll take you maybe 15 minutes to traverse the ship.
Okay.
You look over on I guess it's the starboard side, the cargo group Delta, and most of those, that's where you saw the crumpled cargo pod, and you can see that some of the pods have holes that lead from the exterior all the way in, like they've been burned out by something.
Ooh.
Crazy. All right.
Okay. You make it to the aft airlock. And go ahead, everyone, just do an air supply roll.
Oh boy.
Hey. And Donald gets.
That big head, he's got to have a lot of air in it.
Ooh, he loses one.
Everyone?
Hello?
Yeah.
Just the
I'm down to-
first thing.
Yeah, everyone do air supply just before you open the airlock.
Yep, I'm down to 2.
So
Okay.
we are where?
At the aft.
Oh, at the
Aft
very-
lock and storage, yeah. So you're able to, yeah, James opens a door for you and you get in, and you're coming in from the top down. You have to follow a ladder.
Okay. So I just asked the sergeant over the comms to secure that room and make sure that it's safe for the rest of us to come in. Oh, I forgot you guys have Fox with you as well.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Hey, what group is Fox in?
Oh no, he's in. Yeah, he's in
Demon 2.
Demon
Oh,
1.
he's in Demon 1.
Yeah, Demon 1 too.
No, he's
There's
in Demon
Fox in.
2. Oh, I know Fox. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up.
Well, there are members of both groups
Hmm.
down here, so I'm just kind of wondering who's who.
Fox, I had in Demon 1 on the thing. I had Fox
this
and
is-
Arnold on Demon 1.
That's Fox. This is Pandagrow. This is you, Jesse. You're in Demon 2.
Yeah. so-
Anyways, we can all pile in now if you guys want.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, you're in charge, so it's your call, but
It looks safe.
I don't see any black dick-headed creatures around here, do you?
Actually, with that, should we do an observation then? Look around. Also, I think there's some suits
Good call.
here, so we could probably try to find some air supplies.
Don't loot all the suits, because remember, we got a wounded Marine in here.
Well, no, we're not gonna loot them all, but
Someone's eating shrimps.
Someone's. Okay.
Yeah, so this airlock storage suit room is dimly lit. It's not as well kept as the android's workshop. And there's various crates and tool cabinets and stuff around, as well as the suit lockers. Which there's 2 suits that are missing out of the suit lockers. Not that it has any significance; it's just description.
Okay. There might be extra oxygen in here as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay. Anyone need a top up?
I lost a point, but then again, I have my own tank, so yeah, I'll save the tank.
I'll probably do a top up because I'm down to 2.
Yeah, I should. In that case, I should do a top off.
Do an observation roll to see what you get.
Okay.
Hey.
All right, you find 3 full tanks.
Who, me?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Everyone.
So 3 of 5?
Yeah,
Jesus
the Mark
Christ,
50s.
Nice.
Okay, great.
yeah. So
So I'm going to
I'll
top
pay-
off
Everyone can.
I'll take
Everyone
one.
can top up.
3 of 5 each. Okay, so I'm going to save one of them, in case we need to get our Marine out. And then, so who were the 2 people that needed them? I heard Hank, and then LT needed one?
Yeah, I just topped up. Yeah.
Okay, so alright, so now I have one in reserve, and I'm going to save it, so.
Cool. Okay, you guys, I think that ship that's approaching is probably a Weyland-Yutani ship.
We better get moving then.
Yeah, that's right. So these doors, hang on a second, actually, maybe we should send, I'm wondering, what do you guys think? So should we send back part of our team to maintain control of the forward airlocks and keep Weyland-Yutani out? I guess since we have James with us. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you think they will board the ship
I do.
Or-
I think they're gonna.
or board the Artemis?
No, I don't think they can board the Artemis. We'll make sure they can't. Close weapon support. But we have James with us at least, so Weyland-Yutani will be able to sort of control James, I think, if they can get near him. He'll basically follow their orders over ours, so it's a good thing he's with us and not up at the front of the ship, I guess. So maybe we're good to go.
Just
Because they won't be able to...
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead with the briefing. I'll wait.
Well, I was just thinking they'll try to board the ship. I don't know if they'll be able to get on board. But once they do get on board, they won't really be able to access the upper decks either, because just like we weren't. So, hopefully. So let's proceed with our mission and try and get regular updates from our mother over on Artemis.
What I was getting at, by the way, in terms of, I actually have a PR put, so if they tried any ship with the, I mean, I could remote pilot any of our 3 ships, be it, namely meaning the Sterling, the Artemis, or even the mercenary ship.
Awesome.
So if they tried pulling any shit, or if we need a ride out, then I can just fly us a new one, so.
Well, so we're on the top deck of the ship. We got a long gauntlet to traverse between here and the front of the ship. So there are many hidden accesses and blind spots along the way where there could be any kind of ambush. So we're going to go nice and easy by the numbers, leapfrog our way up there, one section, cargo section at a time. We'll start with Sergeant Pandagrow's Demon 1. And then once he's secured that section of hallway, we'll go to Demon 2. But I was going to ask, are these cargo hallway, I mentioned that all the doors are self-sealing and closed. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And so if we were to let our recon pup, if we were to let them out, they would only basically explore one section of hallway and come back. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're kind of useless.
Because, well, what we could do is we could send either of our androids just walk down the hall, open all the doors, and then send the pup through.
Oh, I like it. Field promotion.
To Corporal?
Yeah, I think you're already.
No, I was the
I think
last
you're
one,
already. Yeah, that's right.
so. Thank you
Yeah, I
very
like it.
That's
Well,
all.
I think we're all back.
Yeah.
Hello.
Let's go.
Okay, so I think I like that plan. I don't know how well it's going to work, but let's try it. James, I want you to traverse the length of this cargo hall all the way to the docking collar. And if you can you open all the doors and have them stay open along the way?
He looks at you. He's like, I can. Are you sure you want to do that?
Well, first,
Do one
you
at
said-
a time. Until
Yeah, I guess these pups, because I like the idea of having the pups sort of scan the area. That's a good idea. We'll do one at a time, maybe.
Okay. As you wish. So he opens the first door, and you guys can see in the hallway is pretty clean. There's a little bit of like grime and dirt on the walls, but it's pretty good.
Shit, I should have.
Do you want me to close the door? You want me to close the door behind me?
No, you can leave the door open. And...
Quick
Okay.
question for James. So it's like, which room is the corporal in?
She's at the very front of the ship,
And
in the corporate suites up there.
the corporate suites. Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
This is going to get sticky, folks. So, Sarge, your squad's going to cover James, and then we're going to use motion trackers and then send the pups in to scan the Bravo and Charlie cargo holds. We'll try to do this systematic, one section at a time. Rinse and repeat.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, because
Even
I forgot
one,
to
let's move up.
just like a sort of retcon, just because I forgot to. Can I say my motion tracker was recharged before we left?
That's assumed.
All right, thank you.
And also, each squad should have a flame unit.
Yep. Do I still have the flame unit from the last mission?
We should well, it's up to GM, but there should be an armory on board the Artemis where we could grab.
Yeah, we
flame unit.
actually we didn't talk about that before we left. We should have done.
Yeah.
Oops.
Let's talk about it now before we get started. Let's figure out what we all have here.
Yeah,
So-
if at least one flame unit, it would behoove us to have one.
Okay. So Thorn, do you want that flame unit?
Yeah, sure, if that's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming Hank and Nelson have their smart guns.
Yeah.
You absolutely positively have to kill everything in the room.
Right, and then Shadow's got his scope rifle.
One day is with me.
And then everyone else has pulse rifles, right?
Yep, and
That's right.
Donald has a smart gun and a magnum.
Yeah, I actually have a Magnum as well.
Yeah, it was your sidearms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he also have a 20mm Gatling gun? Please.
No, but pulse rifles, there is an important thing. They do have grenades.
That's true.
You can use incendiaries, if I remember right.
You guys have grenades. I don't think I have the stats on the incendiaries. I know that they're in Destroyer of Worlds. Is that right?
Are they?
Or is that ammo?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Are you talking about the flame units or?
I thought you were talking about some kind of grenade.
Oh, grenades.
Probably not good
Yeah.
to blow something up inside of a vacuum sealed spaceship.
Grenades. You could just use the stats for the incinerator, because basically, so an M40 grenade does blast power 9, and then the incinerator does fire intensity 9. So you could just use the stat for the incinerator for
Fire.
Yeah, for an incendiary grenade.
I guess that would be good. I mean, are there incendiary grenades in I know there's incendiary
no,
ammo in
there's
Destroyer of
glass.
Worlds. Say again?
No, they had incendiary ammo. Yeah, never mind. Sorry about that. Because sworn there were, but memory's funny sometimes.
It's all good. Let's keep it somewhat simple. So you guys can have some grenades, that's
Yeah.
for sure, if you really want to have grenades, but that's
Yeah, I
fine.
wouldn't-
Say you have 4. Give yourselves 4 grenades, 4 reloads, typical.
There is a grenade. M40 HDP Blast 9.
Yeah, that was mentioned.
Yeah, that's the normal grenade, I believe.
Yeah, high explosive dual purpose.
Yeah.
I forgot to top off my grenade launcher. Oops.
All right, so is James clear to go?
Yeah, after you. Robots
James-
first.
Yeah.
All right. He's leaving the door open and he's in this next hallway. He looks back and he's like, "Be very quiet and be careful of the eggs." And you could see next to him at the edge of the hall, there's a couple, like 3, orb-looking, leathery egg-looking things, and the floor is starting to be covered in this sticky kind of like resinous substance.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right, Lieutenant, what do you want Demon 2 to do? Just scan the cargo?
Yeah,
Scan the
motion.
cargo rooms?
Yeah, so we're
copy
gonna
that.
go. Mhm. So with Demon 1 and Overwatch, Demon 2 will check out those Bravo and Charlie cargo holds. But like James says, don't disturb any eggs. Keep a healthy distance. That's
Who's
Thorn,
going
Shadow, Thorn, Shadow, and Nelson, and Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse has a motion tracker, by the way, so.
Go ahead and make a motion tracker roll.
I'm on it. That didn't click. Damn
There
it.
we go.
Every time.
You get a motion ping from James up ahead of you, but everything else is quiet.
Okay.
And then I'll just like sort of under my breath say to LT, all clear.
Copy. Proceed.
Are the bulkhead doors closing automatically?
You told James to leave them open, so he's
Yeah.
leaving them open.
Okay, that's great.
Because we're going to
So,
send
I'll stand here in Overwatch because I have the extreme range, my scope rifle.
Okay.
So I can cover a lot of the zones.
So James reaches the between B4 and B3, Charlie, and opens the door.
Okay. I show. Well, I with a loud. We don't have. I guess James doesn't have comms to us, does he?
He put on a spacesuit too. He's wearing a
Okay.
Mark 50. He didn't take it off. He's still moving with it.
Hey James,
So yeah,
stop.
you'll have comms.
I tell him to stop where he is. Don't open any more doors.
Okay. Yes, sir. You're the boss.
Hey, Demon 2, go ahead and check these two cargo holds.
I thought there were eggs in there.
Say again?
I thought you said I thought there were eggs in there.
There's eggs in the hallway.
Oh, in the hall.
there's eggs.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, there's like you could see 3 eggs or so that were against that door.
Oh, Christ on a bike. I take it's mobility to sneak past them.
Oh yeah, for sure. And as you look down the hallway toward where Walter's like walking very gingerly, there's
Walter?
he's a Walter style android.
yes.
James has been tiptoeing, and there's multiple of these ovoid shapes in the hallway.
Oy. You mean like little egg sacs kind of thing? Or
Yeah.
Ovoid shapes?
Yeah. Say like in each section about 3 or 4.
Okay.
So we'll in each of these sections, go ahead. We'll just do a group mobility roll in each of the sections to see if you guys make it. So.
Yeah, well, I succeeded. Shadow said he's staying all the way back to cover fire.
Yep.
So it's basically just me and Thorn, right? Or is there somebody else in?
And Donnie.
Yeah, big hit.
Oh yeah, Funko Pop. Alright.
I'll go to bag balls.
Alright, so Thorn.
Where did you?
So like I said, I moved all the way up here because I was able to sneak past them, right? Or oh wait, did you say it's group or individual?
Group.
Oh, right. Okay, in that case, everybody's all clear. All right, so got up there. I'll do it again for this next section.
Hang on, I want you to Jesse. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
I want you to. That's okay. I want you to check these cargo rooms to the left and right.
All right. Well, I
We're
snuck
looking
past
for
the
any.
eggs.
Yeah. We're looking for any threats that might come up behind us afterwards.
yeah,
we want to secure
Well,
our
we didn't get any motion.
passage along.
We didn't get any motion.
That's true, but James did say that the xenomorphs had gone into a hibernation or low activity. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, all right. So I'm in this room. What do I
You
see?
should have
There's
Thorn with you.
There's a new link in Discord for the sound effects if you guys wanted to listen in on those. It stopped broadcasting, so there's a new link if you want.
Okay.
You open B5 Charlie, and it's
holy shit.
the cargo. The cargo pods are 2 level, so you can see, the level you're on, and then it's kind of like a catwalk situation, like in the cargo bay of the Artemis, and
Gotcha.
everything is coated in this resinous, drippy, crazy, like stuff, and all the boxes and stuff are sealed, and you can't really make out. There's some organic shapes that maybe look like people, but you can't really make it out because it's super dark inside.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Question for James, or since he knows the ship, can these doors be sealed or locked? The doors to the cargo bays, or has he witnessed xenomorphs coming in and out of these things in the past?
He's like, yeah, they've made this their home.
Oh, geez.
The upper levels of these cargo pods lead to B deck, where they seem to have congregated for the most part. So it's not full. It's not like full hive. It's like it gets thicker the lower you go. If that makes sense.
Okay. I think your instincts were right, Jesse, and we stay out of those cargo pods. So come back into the main hallway.
I'm just gonna slowly back up and just very carefully close the door. I'm not opening any more of these doors. So I guess
we lock the doors.
And James will be like, yeah, all the cargo pods are the same.
All right. So then we're back to trying to move through these little sectors.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Thorn.
Let's see. Can we contact to lock them down so they can't open manually anymore?
I think it's just a simple it's a simple button push, like a red button that will lock them.
Okay.
So yeah, you could push the buttons to lock them for sure.
All right, so I will do a mobility to get in here.
Yep. All right, tiptoeing through the tulips.
Yeah, just like parkour around the ballerina twirl around. All right.
Okay, everybody, we're going to move up Demon 1 now. Sarge, take your squad up to the second doorway. And we'll actually, you guys will pull up the rear, yeah. And Birch and I will come in the middle. So each group has to make a mobility roll.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Birch do the rolls for our little group.
Birch wouldn't be able to push.
Yeah, that's true.
So if there's a player with the same amount of mobility or less, then they should go, because they at least can try to push.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, never mind. Well, actually, no. I was gonna say, like, are we all going, like, staying in one group, or are we gonna go, like, Demon 1 would be up here, and then when Demon 2 is up here, then 1 is up here? Is that what we're doing, or are we all just gonna go as one big group?
I think
No, I
it's
think
Demon.
We're piggybacking. So, 1, 2, 1, 2
Yeah,
steps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
in that-
leapfrog. So there's always one group sort of in Overwatch while the
okay.
other group moves.
So in that case, did James move up here?
Yeah, you wanted to move?
No,
Oh, no, I was just asking if he'd moved.
no, James is still at this door here,
All right.
and we're just gonna essentially move one squad, which is Thorn's squad, up into this hallway with James, and then Sergeant's squad's gonna occupy this hallway, and he'll just make sure it's clear. But if we can get us all within one, I don't know, GM, I'm not sure what the scale is, but if we can get all of us within one section of hallway, that would be ideal. But
Yeah,
it looks
yeah, you
might
can.
Be a bit crowded.
The
Okay.
scale is generally correct on the distances
Okay.
there, so it's like 40
Cool.
feet.
Okay, cool. So we'll get the other squad. We'll get Sergeant's squad, Pandergrove's squad in the same hallway with us. We'll just try and avoid all these eggs.
Yeah, so just in each section, once the squad gets into those sections, just each squad make one mobility roll to see if you trigger the eggs or not.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's Demon 2 at the back, right?
Demon
Oh,
Two's
shit.
on a point.
Yeah, Demon 2's
Oh.
on point right now.
My mistake.
Yeah. No, don't worry about
uh,
it. I'm rolling for the group, and I'm doing well.
Oh, why?
James is like, would you like me to open the door?
Hang on, I'm just going to make sure we're all secure here. So we can't lock any of these doors, is that correct?
They're pretty much automatically locked, he said, right?
Yeah, you can. It's just a push button. It's not like high security or anything like that.
Okay. Gotcha. So, okay, we're just going to watch and listen. Everyone stay frosty. Eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. And yeah, and then when we're ready, we'll get James to open the next door, and we'll move into the next. This time it'll be Sergeant's squad that moves past Thorn's squad. So squad 1. So James will go up to the next door. We'll watch out for eggs, and Sergeant's squad will move in to support James while we overwatch.
Okay, he opens the door, and it's all similar, like to the hallway that you've been in. There's like a few eggs in there.
Okay, and once they're up there, oh yeah, Fox is with those guys, isn't he? I keep forgetting about Fox. Uncharacteristically quiet.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking the same thing.
And then just as the squad follows James, you make sure that squad makes a mobility roll. Fox or Pendergrau or Hank.
I've got a 4.
I'll do it because I can push.
Nice.
What do you know?
Okay, then the command team will move through, and we'll do a mobility roll too. Oh, it takes a while to come up. Oh, there's probably more. Woo! Right. Tiptoe through the tulips.
Yeah.
That's the tulips. Tulips with me.
James looks over his shoulder at you guys and like does a little shush motion with his finger.
Fucking weirdo.
Hey, do you want him to open the door?
Yeah, okay, Sarge, your squad's in Overwatch, and then Thorn, your squad's gonna move up with James next.
Okay.
Going to this next one. Go ahead,
All right.
James. Yeah.
He moves up. Similar, it's the same as the other hallways. Got like 3 or 4 eggs inside.
Mobility.
Oh, so wait, Demon 2's going?
Yep, Thorn.
Alright, well, you're made to roll it again?
Yep, sure.
Alright, and I will push that.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Fuck yeah. I'm pushing. There we go.
Ooh, wow.
So,
All right, we're
All right.
pushing up right behind James.
Yeah.
Funko Pop is on the rear. Okay.
Okay, Jesse, pull
Open
a
this door.
do a motion tracker check.
I'm on it.
Sweep. Thing's a
Salt.
power hog.
Yeah, it's all still really quiet.
All quiet, sir.
Good work, Marines. Let's keep tiptoeing. Okay, James, open the door, and then Demon 1 will move past Demon 2 and up to follow James into the next corridor.
Roger that. He moves up, and he it's the hallway's the same, and then he's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Uh-oh.
We have to. I sealed the doors on the other side of this. We have to
Cut them.
cut them open, but it's not that hard."
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you guys. That was like my bad. Out of character, bad.
There's no way to hack them.
No, he sealed them. He welded them shut.
Oh,
wait.
motherfucker. Yay.
Okay, pressure cells up there. Demon 1 to go up with James. And then you guys have a cutting torch amongst your kit.
I've got one back in Demon 2.
Okay, Demon 2, go ahead and move up.
Alright, I'll do another
I'm gonna
roll
try
to
and-
get us through.
Hank has a cutting torch.
Oh.
Yep, cool,
Well,
there you go.
We should get the rest of the squad up first, but that's just my thought. Yeah, if we're gonna.
Oh, let's
LT's
maybe
gone.
not all bunch up.
Oh, that's true.
Let's...
Yeah, no, we.
Should.
Nice.
Okay.
So this door is not sealed. It's the door on the other side in junction Alpha Delta Charlie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, have him go and have James go into there, and then we'll
Except-
all follow suit.
Say that again, Hank. Have James go in.
that door's
This door is sealed.
not sealed. That one is. Yeah, that one's sealed. This one isn't. Is what
Right.
James is saying.
Yep.
Right.
What we can always do is
Have James go through, and then once we're through, then we'll start unsealing that.
Got it.
All right. James opens the door. And this junction hallway is pretty clean. You see bullet holes, blood, like blood, like trails, like people were dragged, and all the doors except for the one you came through are welded shut. But there's no eggs in this room. It's like a clear room.
Okay.
All right. Who's got the highest heavy machinery?
It might be me. I have 6 total.
I got 4, but
Okay.
I can boost.
I have heavy machinery, so I can. Oh wait, I don't have heavy machinery, but I have the cutting torch. You get +2 from that.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, oh no, I've got a cutting torch as well.
Okay.
I'm a big boy. Alright, so Demon 2 move up.
Yeah. Demon 2, I want you guys to watch our 6. Watch to the south. Panda Growl. Sarge, you take your squad up to that east-west hallway and cover both directions, east-west. And then we'll work on the door directly to our north, towards the bow of the ship.
Just need a mobility roll from
Demon 2.
Demon 2.
Demon
Yeah.
two.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, Queen!
Rip.
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah, gamer.
So there's an egg right next to Nelson that opens.
It's not going to miss with its face hug attack. It's such a huge head.
Exactly.
But it won't be able to grab on those. The head's too big.
Yeah, its arms like, I can't fit around his head.
Let's see. I think you get a mobility roll to try getting away from it.
Oh,
When
I
the-
got
when the
resolve my
egg-
panic, by the way. Hold on.
So that's Donald who's about to get grabbed.
Yep.
Yeah. It's it
Hell
opens
yeah.
right next to Donald. Yeah. Resolve your panic. Nice. Okay, so
Was
yeah,
that
so
fun?
everyone, the egg opens up and this thing jumps out, and we'll see what the attack does. But if the people in the hallway that have line of sight, everyone give yourself 1 stress because it's like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah.
It's
Was
a
that
spider.
fun
You
to
look.
scream? Because that was just beautiful.
Oh, hold on a second.
Speaking of Fox, where the hell is he? I don't see him on the. Oh, yes, I do.
He's up.
Yeah,
He's up front. He's with Hank.
Yeah. Sorry, we're
Not,
rolling initiative.
it's
to
not
shoot
working.
this
It's
thing,
not
or
working
just-
for me. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to get its attack going here, but my attribute things didn't show up on the screen when I pulled it down. So hold on. Apologize.
That's totally fine.
The face
Alright,
hugger is
here we
going away.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
No.
Roll
So
it.
it's-
Roll its attack.
Just towards Nelson's face.
That big old head of his.
Oh,
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Oh, that,
Oh,
that
no.
definitely gets him.
Oh,
Goodbye,
yeah.
Donald.
Well, hold on. He can block,
you can block.
and there's armor. Yeah.
Wait, he
Yeah.
can?
I'll be
Okay,
honest.
I'll roll. Do I roll his armor first?
No, he can't. He can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it gets 1 or more success, the poor victim is face hugged and immediately broken. His last
Oh,
sensations
crap.
are horrible.
Those are
strangely
those are
looking.
signature attacks. So
Jesus.
you can.
Wow.
Yeah, so much
Oh man.
for Funko Pop.
It's just probably not going to.
Well, this is Operation Deep Throat. Then Nelson really embodied it.
Oh, my God.
So Nelson falls to the ground.
Ooh.
Oh, my God. Things are getting serious.
Thing is attached to his face, and yeah, you've never seen anything like that before. He just immediately goes limp.
Yeah, just say over the comms. Everyone, stand true. Hold tight. Watch your 6. Birch, go drag Nelson up here with us. If I send Birch down there to get Nelson, does he go?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, drag him up here with us. We've never seen one of these face huggers, have we?
No.
Nope.
Our
What the
characters.
hell is that?
Well, and James just shakes his head and he's like, I told you to be quiet. Let's hope no
You seen that?
I told
more
you
hat.
so. What a fucking prick.
Have you seen the size of Nelson's feet? How can he get around this thing? Okay, I'm gonna kind of like pull at one of the legs that's wrapped around Nelson's head with my fingers.
Jesus.
Does this thing come off? I poke it with my pistol.
Yeah, no, it's just firmly attached to his head, and you can tell through his helmet that like the tail is wrapped itself around his neck and starts to constrict as you try to pull it off.
Oh, fuck. Okay, Birch, bring him with us. Maybe we can get him back to the ship and get this freaking thing off.
Oh, God.
James says, "There's not much you can do for him now."
We don't leave our men behind, James.
That's right. Nelson's made it with us this far. We're not going to give up on him yet. Look, his chest is still rising and falling. He's breathing. Is Arnold's with us, right? No.
Yeah, I think you brought him along.
Yeah. He's our medic. Maybe we'll just ask Arnold to check him over real quick. Do we have Arnold's token on the map? Maybe not.
No, we don't.
Okay. He could be some extra firepower. We better drag him out there. Unfortunately, that's more for you to deal with there, GM. Sorry.
It's okay.
God, I can't believe fucking Fucko Pop got face on.
Okay, let's keep moving. Get on working on that door. Pandergrau, you've got east-west security, or port starboard security, and Shadow and Thorn, and you guys are watch our 6 to the south. This,
I think I'm opening the door up since I got the most heavy machinery.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The rest of your squad can watch south.
Yep.
Wait, what about the rest of Demon? Demon 2?
Just
Watching
watch.
south.
Two of you watch south, and maybe one of you might want to grab Nelson's smart gun. I don't know if you guys are qualified on the smart gun.
What's my weight? I might take it. So hold on. So my pulse rifles, my strength is, my carrying weight is 6 total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to carry it, unless. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be able to carry it. I don't think.
Okay.
So shit.
Fox will volunteer. Oh yeah, who was that?
Oh God.
No. Fox is good. Who? Someone volunteered. We should get a player to take it.
Pentagram. I'll take it.
All right. Go Sarge.
Give it to you.
It's like a Pavlov's dog effect. Every time I hear Fox, I just start laughing because I know he's going to do something stupid.
Okay, so once that door's cut open, make sure we have Pentagram. Maybe you cover the hallway north, or the hallway to the bow. Whatever's in that hallway, I want it gunned down if it's one of these creatures that James is talking about.
Yes, sir. Out of game, does anybody have the pulse rifle stats off the top of their head?
Well, the pulse rifle stats are in the handouts.
The smart gun or the?
I'm sorry, smart gun.
Yeah, smart gun's M56A2 in the handouts.
Oh, okay. That's my bad.
Cool.
No worries, fam.
Yeah, full auto all the time.
Well, I mean, of course, you have to have a machine gunner to not have stress from it, but
Okay, Thorn, get working on that door.
Yes, sir. And +2 from the cutting torch.
I can give you a boost, or can I? Because I have a heavy machinery point.
I think.
Yeah, go ahead. If you could be helped, go ahead and give 3 for help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a total of a +3.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Well, if it's 3
Okay,
people
so-
helping, and then the 2 from the motion tracker, that's 5.
I mean,
Or not
how
the
would
motion tracker, the fucking hand welder.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey.
And the skill, I'll just do it in half the time.
Excellent.
Is it possible?
While he's working,
James nods
Ooh.
approvingly.
and while he's working, I just want to check in comms with Artemis Mother and ask on any update on the approaching ship.
She said ETA 20 minutes, and she's going to do another scan because she wasn't able to lock the target last time.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Okay. So the door's open. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I should do a power supply. Sorry. Ooh.
I have locked the target,
Roger
but
that,
it
mother.
has locked on me.
Okay. Any idea what kind of ship this is approaching? Yeah.
It's too far away to tell, but the drive signature appears to be Conestoga class.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
But I repeat, it's running without transponder, so I cannot identify what ship it is.
Correct. Continue to try hailing, and we'll let me know any updates.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Panderground, what do you see up there?
The other set of doors is also welded shut. They're all welded. James tells you that they're all welded until you get to the docking collar, and then it's open.
So basically, these two doors are welded,
Yeah.
and then everything up here is open.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, do it again, David. Same.
Yeah, rinse and repeat. We'll cover your back here.
All right. Going again. And I'm getting a help again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Total
So
plus
plus-
5 because the cutting torch and then 3 people helping.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna push that. Whee,
Yay.
all right.
And another
And
strut,
yeah,
too.
half the time again.
Nice.
Oh, actually, fucking, I don't have to make a check for it again. Can I do that one?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Should have done that from the get-go, but
Yeah.
Looks
Oops.
like looks like he got one more door to cut through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Wait,
but I
that
think
was,
you don't have to do a check for it next time, so you can just say that you unsealed the door.
Okay, cool. And I'll do a power supply check for that last one.
no,
Yeah.
I thought.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes,
Ooh.
queen. Nice.
Nice.
All right.
I like that you
Okay.
like getting the face huggers.
Okay, Sarge, you're on point. Secure that docking collar.
All right, I'll move right up in.
Demon 1, you're in. Okay. And then Birch and me will drag Nelson's body along with us. And assuming Sarge, if the room's clear, we'll come in.
Yeah, and you see remnants of what was a battle. There's small arms fire, blood, and no bodies or anything like that. But this is where the Hawkwind docked and the mercenaries invaded. And
Oh, really?
the actual collar itself, which is to you would be the ceiling, has been damaged and it's irreparable.
But the ladder that heads down is still accessible? Like,
No, there's a hatch over it, and that's also been sealed.
Oh, like welded shut.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll leave the hatch sealed then. And these doors to the north though haven't been welded shut.
Yeah, they're just regular.
Okay. Okay, Thorn, Demon 2, come on up into the docking collar.
Yes, sir. Oh,
we'll
and
just
this
leave-
guy's being dragged along too.
Yeah. And James, so we want to check with James and find out what to expect in the north, in the fore part of this deck. This is C deck, right?
Yeah.
Did he see xenomorphs up there?
He's like, the hard part's over. Well, at least the hard part of this part is over. Yeah, it's open. I triple sealed these doors to keep her safe, and you can see why I don't come up here very often. But she was okay last time I was up here.
Okay. All right, then let's. Can you lead the way, James, and we'll go right to the survivor. Might be the only left survivor on board the ship, possibly.
Okay.
Okay, Sarge. Demon 1 can go with James, and we'll cover you guys from here. We'll also cover to the south, just in case any creatures come at us from our 6.
Okay, you go down the hallway. You can see the doors to the EEV bays are open, and they're all empty.
Okay.
Signs of battle in this hallway. And,
Jesse, since you're up there, go ahead and make a motion
On
tracker
it.
scan.
Motion tracker.
yeah, there's a slight motion up ahead of you in the corporate suite, the flight officer, area. James gets to the door and he presses a button and opens it.
I'll slowly take a look and see what's in there.
Oh.
And lying on a bed it's not a medical bed, but it's able to be it looks like a medical bed because you can raise the back and stuff like that. The back is raised. You see a woman who has her right arm bandaged and two of her legs are bandaged up, but there's the end just before the knee. She's hooked up to IVs. There's a crutch next to her. There's inside the room. There's crates, with tons of food and tons of medical supplies, drugs, and stuff like that. She's appears to be sleeping. And yeah.
LT, I've got a survivor in here.
All right, Arnold.
Out.
Send the medic up there, Arnold. Just assess her real quick and see if she's able to be moved.
What are these rooms?
Yeah, so they're flight officer and corporate suites for the crew of the ship. Bosuns and deckhands don't get to use these, but they're just they're just fancy crew cabins basically.
Are they opened?
You can open them. Yeah, you can open them. They're not locked.
I want to go and check the terminal to see what's going on. Or can I get any information about hacking?
Yeah, you can roll a ComTech.
Well, but and you can help.
I don't have contact. I'll just use.
Okay,
bullets.
actually, Jess, can you help?
With contact?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
looks like
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What information are you looking for, Shadow?
For the crew, how many of them their employer maybe a reason why they came here or how got here.
So you can tell by the interface that the ship is running a Mother 6000. So for any precise information like that, you guys are going to have to go to the Mother the Mother terminal, which is on the bridge. But you can tell that it's a Weyland-Yutani vessel. That there was a crew of 8 plus the squad of 6 Marines. and 5 of the crew were using the corporate suites.
Any unexpected information can get with this stunt.
Yeah, there's not much else from this terminal. It's just a pretty rudimentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Are we able to move this victim here?
Yeah. So you'll be able to move her. In order to, you'll have to get a suit to put her in. But her vital signs are stable. She just doesn't have any legs, and there appears to be severe nerve damage on her right arm.
Oof.
All right. We have to stamina to pull her along, or
What's that again? Sorry.
do we roll anything to pull her along, or is it fine now?
So whoever's going to haul her out has to, whenever there's a mobility roll, there'll be a negative to the mobility. Same with the person hauling
Alright.
Nelson. Like -2.
Hank will do that. He will.
Carrying a wounded soldier, just like
Well,
his great something grandpa did.
Yeah, he's going to carry her, in which case he's going to... Like, is it just one mobility roll to drag her through the whole thing, or?
So each time you make a mobility roll, it'll be a -2 because you're carrying her.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying pulling her through that hallway since all the doors are open. How many mobility rolls?
So I'm not gonna you talking about just this hallway here or what?
The one with all the eggs.
Yeah. So each step of those, you'll make a mobility roll, just like you did coming up.
It'll just give you a negative modifier having her on your
Yeah.
having her on your back.
Exactly.
Okay.
So hang on, you guys. So here we are. We're up at the front of this ship. James, do you think there's any other survivors on board the ship?
I have not found anybody else. All the EEVs were launched. Like I said, I have not been to the main reactor core. Haven't had need to go back there. Everything is in the green and nominal. However, I know that the hive stuff, the crusty hivey stuff, it goes all the way through B deck, more than it does on C deck.
Understood.
But I haven't found anybody else.
All right. And you said that every single EEV has been launched. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can check yourself.
Shit.
Yep.
I was hoping we could put this last crew member into an EEV and rescue her later, but looks like we're carrying both of these guys with us.
Wait, can we use the stairwell here to get back up to the airlocks?
The stairwell here is welded shut by James.
Oh, can we unweld it like we did with the doors?
I think so, because I think that's our next move is to go back down to B deck.
Yeah, because what I can do is I can remote pilot a ship, any ship to dock. I mean, I wouldn't do the Artemis, but I could.
The docking collar is ruined. It can't dock.
No. I'm not talking about using. I'm talking about the airlock that we came in. I could pilot either Sterling or the mercenary ship because I have the PR put.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I want to do. I'm not talking about.
You still have to EVA to the ship though,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
because the docking collar is ruined.
Well, no, I mean like with the airlock, if the ships have airlocks, can they just dock side by
Nope.
side?
Nope.
No,
Well,
they can't.
yeah, but you still have to EVA.
Oh.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the plan, but we can still go up through the ladder in the docking collar.
Yeah, so it's like it's like the on the Nostromo, like there's hatches that cover the things. It's kind of like that sort of hatch. So there's a hatch that's been sealed.
But we can
And
unseal
yeah,
it.
you can undo it.
Yeah.
But the entire part, like James lets you know that all of B deck beyond the door that was sealed is made of this hive material.
Oh shit! All right, that's. I wouldn't do that, but.
Mhm.
Sadly, we're probably better off going through the hallway again.
Yep.
I think you're right. Rather than going down the stairwell, because Down the ladder, I mean, because he had sealed that ladder from below as well, right? On B deck. Is that right?
No, he just sealed this part. Yeah, he lets you know he
Okay.
just sealed this part because he had to access it. But like B deck, it's the doors to that area that contain the ladder are sealed, not the actual ladder itself.
So, in theory, correct me if I'm wrong, we could unseal this hatch to the ladder and go down to B deck from here rather than traverse this long hall of eggs.
Yep.
What do you guys think?
Run that by
Should we
me
just
again,
head
I'm
down?
zoned out.
We could just go down to B deck through this ladder rather than traverse that long cargo hallway filled with eggs.
But wouldn't the I thought the B deck was full of xenomorphs. Wouldn't that be
Well, we were at B. We were. Oh, right. B deck. We didn't have access to that room on B deck, did we?
because everything below
Right.
everything below this line was sealed off, was it not?
Right. You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
You're right. We're taking the hallway.
Yeah, I cannot delete
Okay.
that. Oh wait, yes I can. Okay. So hallway sucks.
Hey,
but-
Sarge. Actually, Jesse, we need you on the pulse gun or your
Tracker.
smart gun. Can you work your smart? Can
Oh,
your
that was
smart
smart
gun? I'm sorry. I meant
Wow.
Hank. Hank, can you carry this victim and work your smart gun at the same
Yes.
time?
It'll be the
Then-
same -2 to the if you hold her and fire, it'll be -2 to attacks.
That's fine.
Smart guns
But
gyroscopically
if you want to put her down, then it would be, what would that be, a slow action?
Slow.
Yeah. Fast action would be picking up. I mean, picking up things is a fast action, so putting them down.
I guess that applies to people too.
Okay, Pandagraph, Fox, Wells, and Arnold, you guys take point on the way back. Anybody want to shower or need to visit the
And I can't
bathrooms?
drag her, just know that she's being dragged along.
What now?
So.
Do you here? Want me to give you here? Hold on.
Who's dragging our buddy Nelson?
Birch.
All right, Hank should have control over.
Lieutenant, once we're down the hallway, would you want me to call in either the Sterling or the mercenary ship?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I don't think EVAing the wounded soldiers.
I can't move her.
You can't?
Okay.
What do you mean you
Nope.
can't?
It doesn't
Try to
let me
click on
select it. That's all.
It
Oh,
should.
you're trying to
Here,
move your
hold-
token?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me delete it and put it back down. Does that work?
But that's for moving her quietly. Yeah. Now I can.
Nice.
No jokes about sorry, mate, you're going to have to carry me.
Okay, so quick question, you guys. Should we just flame these eggs on the way through?
It might disturb
Or,
their counterparts up top.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, that's mobility. Let's be very careful.
All right.
Danger, Colonel, that's-
Next.
Should we also...
Yeah, just go ahead and go. You're bounding Overwatch the way you did, and just make mobility rolls. So Hank just made one, and then the next squad, whoever's in that squad, make one. And then Hank will
Okay.
make another one.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Nice.
Wait, can I save those successes?
give some successes to people, especially.
Well,
Can you
no,
share one with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, share one with me.
Yeah, okay. So hold on, we have like 3 squads, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my squad gets through, the LT gets through, and Hank gets through.
Cool. And then do you want one for each section of hallway again?
Yep. We'll just do it that way.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
alright.
cool. So that's the first hallway. And we'll do it the same way. So squad 2 will lead into the second hallway, and then squad 1 will lead into the third hallway, that kind of thing.
All right, Hank.
Well, I've been given one from Jess, so then that's for the next one.
Yeah, we're in the next one.
Cool.
Alright, so I need a roll again?
Yeah,
Push.
so we'll just go Hank, Jess, and Lieutenant.
Alright. Oh! Alright, hold on to one of those in case I fuck up.
Alright,
with the LT for a second. Alright, I shall roll.
Yeah, well, let's see how the others go, and then. Oh, good.
Uh-oh.
Alright, give it to the LT.
Yeah, I'll give it to Ardonok.
Andronic.
Yeah, Andronic. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. You survived. Excellent.
Whew.
That was a close one.
That was. Okay, we got one last hallway to go through. Oh, wait, no, there's 5, isn't there?
Yeah, there's 2 more.
Okay.
Oh no.
See what the others do.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
The
Predictable.
3 eggs in the hallway all open up at once.
Well, wait. I'm gonna give one to Hank.
2 eggs open up at once.
And which hallway we're in this hallway now, here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in the second last hallway. So let's say you guys, the first squad made it through, and then when I got in there, that's when shit started getting
Yeah.
a little squirrely.
Because I got Hank through and Demon
So-
Demon 2.
All right, just
Yeah.
everyone stop moving.
Uh-huh.
So make sure you add stress who are next to the lieutenant because he had nervous twitch.
Mhm.
The 2 eggs in that
I have no
hallway
idea where I am.
in B4, C4 opened, and
Okay.
2 of these facehugger things are going to jump out. Okay, so we're going to get into initiative,
Oh, geez.
unless they get you.
Okay.
I actually have the fast reflexes, so I'm gonna roll twice and then pick which one I want. So.
Yeah, that's not how we're doing initiative, but that's
oh,
cool.
I'm sorry. I thought. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing the cards, so
Sorry, I forgot.
wait, and then we can draw.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't
Then draw
realize.
another one. Pick which.
My mind was still kind of locked on how I did things.
I'm
with
just
all
moving
the
these
players.
guys out of the way so I can select you all.
Okay. So.
All right, now you can do your fast reflexes stuff.
Okay. So.
Well, I'm already 1, so I can't get any better.
Yeah. Definitely not. So. Hank, how do I do fast reflexes?
No, just pull another card. You see where it's the up, right, where it says
that-
initiative. Just pull another one.
Well, I clicked that, but it didn't work. Oh wait, I think I got it.
Yeah, you got a 2.
Oh, okay,
looks
so
like.
I'm gonna take the 2.
So let's see, full which is +2, -2 for carrying the person. So, yeah, I'll put that to with full hitting both of them for 3 with armor piercing.
Suddenly, the hallway erupts in gunfire.
Okay, you're aiming full auto at these two things that are jumping out.
Yeah. They both get hit for 3.
Nice. You got to reload, resolve your panic.
Yeah.
All right, and you obliterate them. And let's see. I'm gonna say
Acid
that
splash.
you guys were in close range, so the acid doesn't get you, but it does splash the deck and it starts steaming.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
And
Holy crap.
you hear the ship start to like come alive.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it's
Okay, keep moving. Sarge, get your squad to the next. Watch out for those eggs. Get your squad to the aft storage, aft lock.
yeah. Tell James to close the door where the acid is behind us.
Good
So
call.
another more mobility rolls, or are we just gonna fucking book it?
He's not
No,
with us.
do mobility rolls, please.
All right.
Yeah.
Just.
Just
Oh my Jesus!
Nice.
okay.
Can we just go ahead and say everybody got through because all I would do is just keep them studs.
Let's see what we do here.
Because Jesse's like,
Mobility.
step where I step. Don't disturb them. All right.
I need one.
Well, you're gonna get one.
Birch. It went through. Okay. And then Demon 2.
Oh, I am Demon too.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
For the
There you go.
last one, there you go,
The
mobility.
last one after we
I get mobility.
after we fucking kill the aliens, that's when we are like on a roll. No pun intended.
Okay, we want James to close that door behind us.
Yeah, he closes it.
Okay.
Hey, get her
Ask for an
suited
up.
up.
Yep.
You need an air tank. I got one.
Yeah, and Jesse, see if you
No,
can bring
I have
Sterling over.
He has one as well. So
All right.
yeah, he'll keep carrying her.
I'm gonna call
Base
for
and all that fun
the
stuff.
Sterling with a contact roll, or should I do the mercenary ship? Wait, could the ship reach us in EVA? C3.
Yeah. I suppose if you were to bring the Sterling over alongside this aft airlock, we could EVA over to the Sterling and put our victim into the back of the Sterling that way. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. Hank, are you going to boost me with contact for my PR put?
Yeah. So.
So what's your modifier?
+3.
All right, +3. Okay.
Did you leave the
diagnostic
Sterling?
head.
Did you leave the Sterling in the cargo bay, or did you
Yeah.
redock in the?
Yeah, it was in the
Yes, it is.
cargo bay,
Yeah,
I think.
Cargo bay.
Okay.
Because I brought the Sterling in, dropped off the cargo pods, and I just left it there, and then we went to the airlocks and went out into space.
All right.
So
I'll ask
got
Mother
this
too
on-
for
Well,
an
you
update.
Yes.
I know. It doesn't matter. I'm cool like that. I keep it together.
So it's going to take about 20 minutes to get the maneuver the dropship over to your location. Meanwhile, Mother lets you know that the ship is in range and then the comms get interrupted by a very angry sounding man.
Oh.
And in the meantime, like you guys hear you hear thumping and stuff around the ship. Like there's things out there that are thumping in the ducts and in the hallways where you just were.
Oof.
Oh shit.
And over comms,
Good
you
job.
hear guys saying, "Get off my damn ship! I know you're there. I'm warning you."
That hoarse voice. It can't be.
And James says, "Oh, that sounds like Michael Bishop."
Fucking.
Because it is Michael Bishop.
All right,
Marines
guys,
have crossed me for the last time. So let's see, Jesse, you have your PRPUT thing, right?
Yeah. I'm using that to,
All right.
for remote
All right.
control. I can use it to remote control the Artemis.
Actually, I have one too. Could I remote connect to the ship and man its guns to fire back if they attack?
Yeah, let's have you guys take the role of pilot and gunner for this thing that's about to happen.
The Patna doesn't have
here,
weapon
hold on a
systems,
second.
though, does it?
It does,
Oh, fuck. They
but not as many as the Artemis.
Okay, well, all right. So who? All right, Hank. What's your range combat?
5.
5 in total.
No, 10.
10 in total. Holy, yeah, you're the gunner. And then I've got 7 piloting, so I will fly.
All right, so I'm gonna give you guys control of the Artemis character sheet, and if you want, you can add those die to the correct section. You know what I'm saying? So that when you roll the
Oh, like for
piloting,
our
and when you
stats,
roll
so
the
like my piloting is 7, I put that into.
yeah, I already have her stats with Mother, but
Okay.
go ahead and replace those stats with your own stats because you'll be taking over.
Okay.
When I give you the character sheet.
Yeah. So Hank, my agility is 4, and since my piloting is 3, I'll mark it up as piloting 2
Let's see. I'm trying to find
for
the
a total
order.
7. And then because your thing is 5 and whatnot, so your agility.
And
is
this
4.
Let's see,
also-
I've seen the Chronicle. I'm not seeing the Artemis.
Well, hold on a second.
Looks like we're gonna lose Shadow too, so it is about.
Yeah, I need to go. I have a job
Yeah.
tomorrow morning.
All right.
Okay, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll if you don't mind, we can resolve this space battle and then call it for next time.
Yeah, that sounds ideal.
Yeah,
Sound-
man.
Is that cool with you,
Cool.
Shadow? Okay.
Yeah.
Just looking here. Armat Paladin.
Character sheet.
Do you guys see it?
Yeah, so what I'll do is Hank's agility is 5, and then what I'll do is make piloting 2, so that way that's my total of 7, and then for Hank you can just put 5. So rail guns, particle beams, long lance, ASAT missiles. This ship is packing heat. I love it. Oh, don't these things have more weapons than just the 3?
I have her. The Artemis. I'll tell you what she has. She has.
Oh, there it is. Finally.
She's got the long lance, ASATs, heavy railgun, particle beam, and orbital mines.
I don't see orbital mines on the sheet.
Oh, I did put them in there.
Well, I mean, all we really need is the railguns and the ASATs. Maybe.
And
the
then she's got +1 to Comtech for target lock because of enhanced sensors, and then when the Patna targets her, it's a -1 to the Patna.
All right.
Which I'll be controlling.
All right. Cool. Cool. So, what do we do?
I believe all ASAP.
All right, so have you guys done space
Just
battles
lock on.
before? Because I
I
haven't
did
really.
one space battle where I killed a Conestoga with a dropship, but other than that,
Okay. Let me just get to it. It's in turns instead of or it's in rounds instead of turns. It's a little slower than combat.
It's in
But-
turns, yeah.
Yeah, it's in turns. So what happens is there's not really a captain in this. You guys are controlling it from your modules inside the airlock here. So what you're going to do, whoever is going to be like the captain or whatever, like in charge of strategy, is just going to say what you're going to do. And so the order is the order is sensor operator, which is target lock, pilot actions, which is moving the ship around, and then gunner actions, which is shooting. There's no engineer on board because you're doing it remotely, so we'll skip the engineer actions.
okay.
And it goes tit for tat, I believe. Yeah, so it goes sensor operator on each ship, locks target or goes dark. Pilot on each ship does a maneuver, and then gunner on each ship shoots a gun or whatever, and then it just repeats that way.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, so
I got my. Hold on, let me turn off the
sensor
gross
operator.
footsteps.
Who would that be? The pilot or the gunner?
Yeah, so it would be
You-
whoever wants to do it, like whoever wants to be the sensor operator, to say who you are, and then
You want to do it, Hank?
you're both using terminals, so.
Hank's gunning, isn't he?
Well, he could be either. I mean, he could be both.
Both
Because
what?
yeah, if you need one, I've got 7 contact.
Well, no, it's just the two of us because we have PR puts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You okay? You do. Okay, so piloting is.
And so that's sorry, you went too fast. I didn't give you the. It's a -2 on that to target the.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's fine because it's still the same result because the same number. Because -2 just get rid of those 2 nothings. So that's. Oh, it's still the same result. Oh wait, that's.
All right, you guys have both targeted each other. Now the pilot can accelerate, decelerate, maneuver, ram, or dock, but you're not in engaged range. You guys are in short range.
Well, pilot. So, do you? What do you think, Hank? I'm kind of locking up on what to do. Let me look at.
Is there any
missiles are long range.
is there any
Pull back.
benefit to maneuvering to avoid being hit? Is there any
Yeah.
benefit?
Yeah, if you do
Yeah.
a maneuver, it's a negative. I believe it's a negative. What is it? -2. I think it's a -2. Hold on a second.
Try and get our ship moving because it's stationary now.
Well, I mean, I want Hank to be able to just like unleash hell on it with railguns, and if I take us out of range, I mean, I suppose we could use ASATs, but the
My
railguns.
railguns, we have the particle beam and.
Yeah, I don't want you to take it out of range. Just make it harder to hit by keeping
Oh
it moving.
yeah, heavy railguns. Yeah, just
What you got?
just keep on them basically.
Okay, so I'll just.
Oh, I said yeah, just keep on them.
So I'll just keep like orbiting them like an AC-130. All right, that's my action. All right, Hank, let him have it.
All right, rapid fire.
And stress doesn't matter when you're in space combat, I don't think.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be dipping dog shit. Okay.
Meaning you can. Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Ooh,
my
nice.
god.
Ooh.
Nice heavy railgun.
And that was a rapid fire shot, right? Hey.
Together. So put all that into damage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then for slow action to fire the ASAT missiles.
Yeah, hold up.
Oh yeah, you gotta roll.
That's not how it works.
Oh, you
In
only get to
space
fire once?
combat, it goes by turns, man. It's not. It's different. There's no fast or slow actions.
Okay.
Okay.
What was the armor on the other ship?
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. Hold on. Okay, so take 1 damage off of the damage you put out, so that's 5, 6, 7 instead of 8.
9 because of the because I got success with the thing, so it's 8.
8, right? So that's 7. That's a pretty good hit. Okay, we're both target locked. Unless you want to turn off all your sensors, we can skip the target lock and just do 2 pilotings and then 2 shootings after I return fire. So once I return fire, then we'll start the new round.
Alright, so you want me to do piloting?
Hold up.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So go ahead and roll. Let's see the damage on the component. I've done 5 damage. Go ahead and roll a d6/6, and that'll be your component damage that you took from the particle beam.
All right, I'll do it. So Artemis D66. Oh shit! What's that? I don't know what that is.
Okay, a random compartment on the Artemis decompresses as the particle beam hits it. Psst. Okay, go ahead and do a piloting roll.
I'm on it. Artemis. Piloting. So, panic.
You tremble. Any skill rolls suffer 2% modification until your panic stops.
Oh shit. Thorn isn't here, so he can't. Or not Thorn. I mean, fuck. Rick isn't here, so he can't tell me to chill. So.
Okay, you are now in short range. The Patna accelerated towards you.
Oh crap.
Go ahead and fire at it.
Alright, get him, Hank.
Hit for 5.
Go ahead and do a panic roll.
And I have the nervous steel,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Nervous twitch. So
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
your stress
no,
level
nervous
and
steel.
oh yeah, sorry, nervous steel. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you do.
So.
Oh, that's right. I forget you guys.
Agility doesn't matter. The agility
Excellent.
thing. I have nerves of steel.
Excellent. Nice. So, yeah, you lay into it, and you manage to hit the Patna in a really good place. Let's see what happens. You have knocked out its engine. It's dead in space. And you just, like, Michael Bishop just starts screaming at you over the comms, and the Patna sort of just, like, lists off and falls away from where you guys are at.
Oh, juicy.
It'd be funny if there was a planet near us and they started drifting into the planet. No! The ship gets, like, ripped apart. That would be so funny. So space combat's over?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice work, you guys. Nice work.
Yeah, then Jesse's gonna, like, high five Hank, making sure not to slap a woman on his back in the face.
Awesome. Okay,
So with your guys' plan, I think we might. I mean, I know Shadow's not here, but I don't think there's much else to do. If you hightail
Oh,
it
I'm
off
still
of
here.
here.
I
Are you still
was.
there? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's your call because I'm not sure what. If you get the dropship over and EVA over to it, and you know what I mean. Like, there's not much more stuff to do if you do that. Does that make sense?
Except
like
we want to also, part of our mission was to scuttle this ship. Now,
oh yeah, yeah.
Well, in terms of scuttling
had-
the ship, because it's compromised, you can just blow it up.
True, you guys got good practice at doing that recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll EVA over, and then I guess the Artemis will fire.
Yeah, we can use the
That's your solution to everything. Just heavy railgun it.
Yeah. It's like, railguns are like duct tape. If it's not working, you're not using them enough.
Yeah,
Right,
if
yeah.
that. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I was just to say, Pentagraph said he's got to leave. He just took off.
Okay.
So, but I think there's probably not going to be, if you guys are successful in this, there's probably not going to be like any like crazy combat. So we can just resolve this in turns and see how it works out.
All right.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
All right,
So go ahead and
on the place and unleash hell.
go ahead and do a piloting roll to bring the Sterling.
All right. Oh yeah, that was all right in this sheet. Piloting. Oh no, wait, it's actually Comtech to use the PR put. So Hank's boosted me. That's 3.
Where are
right?
you?
Right.
I think use piloting because you're piloting it. You already attack. You already did Comtech. You already accessed it.
All right. Well, I got it, and I zapped out a little bit. So.
You hear banging on the doors behind you.
Oh. Fuck.
I guess would it be a straight up base agility roll to get the wounded in a suit?
We could imagine combat. I mean, if you want, I can roll mobility.
If your mobility is higher than mine, which I think it is, then go for it.
Yeah.
I need to get my mobility up after this between all the face huggers. And yeah.
There we go.
What'd I tell you?
Nice.
And I'll use the extra stunts to do fast and to do it for the other one as well.
Nice. So by the time you get them in their suits, the Sterling is overhead. And how do you want to EVA to the Sterling, Lieutenant?
Do we have? Excuse me for a sec. Do we still have one of the harpoon guns?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, harpoon gun.
Yeah, just bolts onto the chassis of the dropship and then just climb up, propelling out.
That's the way to.
All right, so aim and fire harpoon gun.
Yeah, go for it. And then we'll use one of those safety lines to get the rest of the squad over.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the bonus on the harpoon gun?
It doesn't have one.
Okay, then I'll just aim and fire.
Oh shit!
And that's a 6. So, yep. I'll just use those bonuses for live returning. Just get it secured right away. And make sure that both bodies are secured.
Nice.
What, the wounded soldier and Nelson? I mean, Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Cool.
So are you? You have the airlock open. The dropship is hovering overhead. You shot the cable and into the hull of the dropship. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Okay. The ramp lowers, and you guys are going to climb on the cable to the dropship. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Good. So go ahead and do mobility rolls. The people that are holding the bodies do -2, and we'll do individuals. Each person's going to go up and out onto the ship.
Well, Hank, you said you got the wounded soldier and/or Funko Pop aboard, right?
I said that was to secure them to the line so they don't go flying off into space.
Oh, so you're just gonna like reel them up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll roll a mobility because I need to get
We
out
can
there
do
and fly.
So I'm not really sure what you're thinking. You have them like clipped to the cable with a carabiner or something.
Yeah. Like a tether line.
Yeah, like what climbers do. You know, you put the little clip,
Okay.
They're like climbing harnesses.
lock into place, and then move them.
Okay, but you have to still do that. Like you can't just like send them up. Like you
Yeah.
still
Well,
have
yeah.
to. So for whoever's like in charge of the body, just do a
Well-
-2 to your mobility.
Okay, make it.
All right.
Sweet. All right, I'll roll because I need to get up there and get the dropship. Mobility. Yay.
Does anyone else need to roll mobility too?
Yeah, we'll do it individually as you each person ascends.
Okay.
Yeah, just save successes if you know if you get them. I should say for people. Ooh.
I see.
Yay.
All right.
Oh, I might push that. Hey.
Nice.
Nice. I think that's all that's left right now, right?
Yeah, I mean the 2 droids maybe, but
Let's just say that's what the extra success is for. Gives it to the.
yeah, whatever.
I'll do one for James. What the hell?
And then we.
All right, everyone's aboard. Happily ever
nice.
after.
James came with us?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yuck.
We now have a backup droid. The birds
Yeah.
go we got James.
Yeah, so you make it back, and I'm assuming you're gonna dock in the belly, right?
Yeah.
Like in the normal docking. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So,
Get Nelson into
Let's
cryo
see,
right
what-
away.
all right, get Nelson into cryo right away. Okay.
I was just saying that sarcastically. I mean, I don't know if the LT actually planned to do that, but
When you get to the ship, you discover that the brig section was the section that got decompressed, and all your prisoners from LaSalle Battle National are all dead.
nice.
Those mercs?
Yeah.
They're mercenaries. Who cares?
Well, yeah. I feel a little bad.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I feel they couldn't even like defend themselves or whatnot. I mean, they probably would have like stolen the ship and hightailed it out. But we got a free ship, so we have 2 scout ships. Well, yeah.
Are their bodies like reachable? No,
yeah,
we took their stuff already, so yeah, don't worry about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you took their stuff and you put them in the
They
brig,
have
which
suits on.
Yeah. So yeah, well, we got some extra shitty guns.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they did have suits on, but like you took off their suits, because you put them in the brig.
Mm. Hell yeah.
Crazy. Deadly.
Thanks, Michael.
So LaSalle Bionational is not going to be happy with you guys once they find out.
Oh, that's our fault.
We are already
Oh,
not
I
happy.
mean-
No,
with
well,
him.
you know what we'll do? We're gonna tell them that Michael Bishop assaulted us, and he attacked us and
Killed them, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what
So pit the 2 dogs against each other. Don't have them go at us.
Mm.
Because we took a prisoner, we were probably going to let him go after things were resolved. So, speaking of which, are we going to blow the Sakania
So
to
you-
hell?
willingly killed an entire band of mercenaries to hide his nefarious schemes with
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
All right.
Well done, Marines. We did it.
Yeah.
We
You
did
wanna-
it. Watching like all these dead bodies just floating around. we did it.
And that's for blowing the ship up.
Yeah, so you gotta do a comm tech and lock the target before you shoot.
Oh, I could do a cheeky contact.
Oh,
Oh,
you can.
There we go.
Hey,
Nice.
panic. Hey,
Nerves of steel.
nope.
Rep.
I'm a bit scared.
So
Yeah,
oh,
so
actually, that's right. My stress could go
so
down because I have my break things. So
yeah, so that Comtech roll, Hank, doesn't count because you can't do the same thing for the same reason. Sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you that. So you try to lock onto the Sakania and
I just start crying.
Mother 9000 won't let you.
Oh,
She's locking you out. She's telling you would you query Mother 9000 says mission parameters have not been fulfilled.
oh man, we have to go back on and blow this thing up.
That's right.
Manually?
Actually, that's right. I totally forgot we had another thing to do as well,
Yeah.
which was download information from the computers.
Oh yeah.
we could always try to use like dropship missiles and rockets to blow up the ship.
But we can
Yeah.
leave it there and continue it next time.
Yeah.
It seems
Yeah.
like everyone fell off. But yeah, part of the mission was you have to get
Get
stuff
information.
from
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
You guys want me to read off the XP now, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, did you participate? Yes. Did you risk something for your agenda? I'm gonna definitely say with confidence that I did. You know. Did you risk your life for your buddy?
yes,
Yeah, okay. Did you challenge or stand up to your rival? I don't have a rival. Everybody, I'm sure, made a panic roll.
I have Wayne Tawny as my rival.
No. Did you overcome a dangerous event?
Yes.
Did you make a significant discovery? Goddamn right. Multiple discoveries.
Yes.
Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? I mean, Hank and I like remote piloted a ship in a space battle, like as if we were playing a video game or something.
I think alone gunning down to face huggers while carrying someone.
Yeah, that was extraordinary. And did you earn any money? We all got paid at the start, so yes.
Heck yeah.
So that
Very
was
good.
one hell of a good session. I mean, I had high hopes, and my hopes were exceeded. Like, so.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks, guys. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, spend my XP very shortly, but
Yeah.
just I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Right on.
Yeah, man. Catch you
Perfect.
then.
Sounds
Thanks
perfect.
for running the session again, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'm having fun. It's just
Thanks, guys.
you guys got to go back into hell now. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I'm just
Yeah.
how
Now
things
everything's
played
all
out, so-
fucking stirred up.
so-
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's good we got the people
Yeah.
out of there, so we don't have to worry about them. And Michael Bishop's out of commission for a while.
Yeah, it's all
I don't
good.
suppose we could finish them off.
Your call.
Nah, he's got plot armor, dude.
Well, he almost lost it.
He does have plot armor.
Oh, that bastard.
I do find it hilarious that it's basically Hank with onboard L guns that keep screwing everything up for him.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
It's like, no, it's
Congratulations.
not
Yeah,
All right, we'll catch you later, man.
Dude.